Hello, we're live.
Hello, we're live. Oh my god.
Oh, look, Rich is here already. Oh, we all need to look at the comments. Do you want to get your phone?
Is that how it has to work?
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but I can't see the comments.
Okay,
up
no,
there.
right, okay. Should I get my laptop? It'd be better.
Yeah, if that's what you want.
It's got
Hi, Rich.
Yeah, okay.
Just oh look, you get cleavage. Just looking at comments. So we're live. Yes.
Coming.
We're just going to sort out so that we... Hi, Hillary. We're just going to sort out so that we can see the comments, because the comment comes and then it disappears on the screen here, and it's quite small.
Yeah.
So, cleavage. Cleavage.
I see, yes.
Get it? Christina's here. Christina's my friend from Portugal that I met
awesome.
from Madeira.
Hello.
I've seen some pictures. It looks like the weather's still fantastic over there. And we've got Scott, the Centaurian. So Scott is the...
So if we put that here,
okay,
then you see easily.
Scott's the chap who sent us the samples.
Oh,
so we've got those. Yeah, we've got those samples here, Scott. I've not got round to smelling them yet, so we'll do those.
Yep.
And you want to turn the volume down, because otherwise it's really weird when you can hear it.
Yep.
We have Jimbo's in the house, asking Christina if she bought cakes because of the...
you did a cake stream, didn't you?
Yes.
For the cake con.
What am I drinking? It's the usual. It's a vodka Diet Coke. Dan bought this glass for his new flat for me to drink for me to drink from when I come round. The ring light is shining. Yeah, the ring light's shining in the picture behind us, and I think it looks a bit weird.
Okay, I'll just get rid of that picture.
Don't trip over that light.
Yeah. I've had that problem at home with the...
No cakes for Christina. Maybe just take them down because... Yeah. Okay, we've got the laptop here. Is it the laptop's not going to die, is it? So are you plugging in, or?
If it does, I'll plug it in, but it's got quite a lot left.
Right. Okay then. Yep.
It's got quite a lot of... I'll plug it in.
Yeah, we don't want to show our ring light on camera. We have Mark from Robes08 in the channel.
Hello.
And he wants to see your cleavage, Dan. It's too early in the live stream for that. No one wants to give us half an hour or so. Yeah. No cakes. Dan, are you selling anything at the moment? Says Rich Mitch.
Not really. No.
No. Do you think you will? Because you went through a stage of selling a few.
Yeah, I did. I've got
bits.
Actually. I do have a few things that I did buy thinking of selling. So I do have quite a backup pile of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme Italian. So maybe one of those, and I do have a backup bottle of Rive Gauche, the Orig, that might be for sale. So
like vintage or?
Yeah, the vintage original. So
I guess you want to get fully moved in first, don't you? Sort of.
I might move in and see what's what, but I do. There are a few things that I was thinking about putting on eBay, but I haven't really been doing that so much lately. I keep buying things and thinking I'll sell that. Oh, Greg's here.
Oh, Greggy
Relax,
boy.
I'm here.
Cheers, Greggy boy. Look, the ring light is showing in the glass. We keep showing our ringers off. So Rich was the one who asked about Smolto.
Yes.
What is
I've
that?
heard about that, Rich.
What is it?
Smolto Pour Homme is a very obscure late 80s fragrance, 1987 release. That I think I did an unboxing of it, and had I known, I would have brought it along. But it's still back at my mum's house because I'm still moving the majority of my collection over. So next time I'll have that, and it is definitely, if you like your old school fragrances, it's a good one.
So we'll give that a sniff then.
We'll give it a sniff next time.
Smolto
Pour Homme, yeah.
Right,
somehow
make sure we're not missing any
in
comments.
the Where Are They Now file.
Right.
So we've got some illustrious company. We've got Robes08. We've got Greg.
That's Hillary from the Bureau. Hillary, she's got a new channel.
Okay.
She's into Harry Potter, and so she kind of like teams fragrances up with characters from some of the things that she's into. That's why she's calling herself the Nerdy Fragrance Reviews.
Well, so the world's been crying out for that, I think, really, hasn't it? You know.
So everyone should check out her channel.
Just let us know, guys, if the sound and visuals are okay, just in case if there are any technical issues.
So we have Christy.
Mark Robezoit says, Dan is my Harry Potter.
Which one? Oh, what, Harry Potter? Actual Harry Potter?
Well, that's what he said, yeah.
Okay.
I think, is that a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, he's the main one, isn't he? But you need glasses.
I've never read any of those books. Have you?
I read them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I read them all. I haven't watched them all. I've watched some of them.
Oh, I've never read any of them.
Yeah, no, they're good. I like them a lot, and I also like the story of the author, like rags to riches kind of tale.
Yeah, she did well there.
Yeah. Oh, look, Mark.
You didn't have to. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Do we split that? Or?
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm joking.
We'll have to share a cup of tea with that. How's your mum, Dan? Says Michael.
Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, she's much better than we could have expected. So well, I'll cut along. She did have a stroke back in late November, and so that wasn't nice. But she is now walking to the shops. Almost able to drive, but not quite. That's another story. But it wasn't as crippling as the worst ones can be. So unpleasant though it was, she's more or less
making quite good recovery.
As good as you could possibly hope. So thanks for asking. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Peter Corcoran says slags.
Oh, right, is that
that's nice. Thanks,
in
Peter.
your live streams? Is that a normal kind of?
No, but anything goes.
Okay,
anything
fine.
goes.
No, that's fine. I think, yeah. Hello, Peter. Yeah.
Right, Dan, you're missing.
Dan, I know.
What's MOTD?
Match of the day.
Oh right, okay.
But Greg, there were only a couple of games today, weren't there? Because they've got a winter break this year, but they're staggering it. So there's half as many games as normal this week, and half as many next week, so that all the teams get a slight break.
Well, that's
I think Everton.
Do you know what footballers need a break? I think they have it pretty hard, don't they?
Well, it is a demanding job physically, yeah.
For 90 minutes a week.
I think they do more than you'll probably find they actually have to.
Oh, fake injury time.
No, training.
Crying on the floor, holding my knee time.
Or important one through nils, certis, nils, or that's the Everton. I can only imagine that's Everton's motto, which probably means we've won nothing for many years or something in Latin. Nils, that's the. But they. Or perhaps I better not. I assume you know the result already, Greg, because I don't want to give it away.
Anyway, this is not a football.
It was Everton versus Crystal Palace, and I did actually watch it live on a Russian stream on my computer with Russian commentary.
Sounds fun. Making sense.
They won 3-1, didn't they?
Fascinating. Everton. Making sense is saying hello, everyone.
Ben Teke back on the score sheet.
Rich, I remember one of Dan's videos where he said he found some by man in a charity shop. And now I visit every charity shop I find. It's worth doing, but every time I've gone into a charity shop, I've never found a
They are not a fertile hunting ground for fragrances.
No.
The only reason it's worked out for me is that I used to just go in them, as Claire will say a lot, just for clothes.
Right, buying just, best clothes.
Yeah. Best smart shoes with holes in the toes. In other words, it's not worth going to charity shops specifically for fragrances, but if you happen to go in them a lot, eventually you'll find the odd.
Gems,
I'll show you one that I've got here today actually.
You can find non-frag related gems like decent handbags, shoes, designer clothes for cheap, but you have to keep going and
you have to go a lot,
and you have to put up with the smell of the shop.
Yeah,
I don't know, they all
distinctive smell
like. Jim is wearing Rogue, so you're wearing Rogue perfumery, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
So Jim is wearing Fougère L'aube in honour of your...
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
In honour of you.
Me. And that's the one I want next.
Is it good?
Yeah, Jim. It's really good. What do you think it reminds you of, Jim? Because there's a famous fragrance that it reminds me of.
Okay. Mark is saying, do we think there's just as much UK reviewers than US ones now? I remember when Canada dominated the YouTube reviewing game. There's quite a few Brits in the game now.
There are quite a lot now. Yeah, you're right. And obviously Americans are the biggest number. But yeah, Canadian-wise, obviously there was Mark. There was Chad from A Gentleman's Journey.
Yeah.
There's probably ones going back before we went into it that we don't know about.
I'm trying to remember who the Canadian ones are. But sometimes I don't always remember.
Well, there's Christo and You Smells Good. Eugene. So there's been some, there are quite a lot in Canada, but there's definitely getting to be quite a few of us over here.
Yes.
British shoot reviewers. You're right, yeah.
It does remind Jim of something, that fragrance. We can't recall what it is. Niles is saying, are we smelling Aaron Terence Hughes samples tonight? No, not yet, because Robert is actually going to send...
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's going to send me quite a few of the range. So I think it'd be interesting to actually smell them, because I've only seen reviews on YouTube from people that got sent them for free.
Right.
So, and I'm hearing such a mixed bag. A lot of people really loving quite a lot of them, but you hear a mixed bag of reviews of thoughts that are on sort of Instagram and in the Facebook groups. So I just want to smell them completely unbiased and just go in on the scent and see what they're like.
Well, that'll be interesting, because you can be independent,
Yeah.
Rosewake's just reminding us, of course, J Royal is a very good reviewer, and as is, of course, Cascade Scents, another Canadian reviewer.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, there is a sort of, you're sort of punching above your weight a little bit there, aren't you, over in Canada? But as for the Aaron Terence Hughes, I'd be interested to try those, because he's definitely find him quite an interesting
He's a character. He's a character. Rich, Dan, do you play Football Manager?
No, I don't play any video games anymore. No.
I thought I saw you playing Candy Crush the other
day. No, you didn't.
You're on level 579.
No,
I'm sure. No.
I've played it for about 5 minutes and I didn't like it. It was rubbish. YouTube reviewers are not allowed to try Aaron Terence Hughes fragrances, says Greggy Boy.
Greggy Boy. No, that's just you, Greggy Boy.
No, he didn't send them to me either.
No.
He only sends them to beautiful souls. That's his quote.
Unicorns.
He only sends them to people who he considers to be beautiful souls, which must be quite hard to judge.
Yeah.
How do you verify that? So
maybe he's got a direct link with space or heaven or God or whatever.
I think he probably does, judging by some of his videos. Yeah.
Okay, so Peter, Fragrance View Peter.
Yeah.
He's got a rule on his videos, which I'm also going to be taking on board, is that we don't talk about people. So what I'm saying is, we're not getting into people, any people. We're going to talk about fragrances, we're going to talk about companies, but
I don't know about that.
We're not going to get into...
On my channel we do. But...
So what Rich has just said...
Yeah.
What we're not going to be imparting our opinion.
All right, who said that?
Rich.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because
we certainly wouldn't get into anything too negative. I, as you know, do quite like to have a little laugh about these things, and I don't mind saying it sometimes on the channel. But we're certainly not. We neither of us would take heavy sides in any argument that may or may not be going on, or whatever's out there.
I just think these things.
It's your channel, so it's your rules.
These things can come back and bite even
you can slip up,
and people and things can get taken the wrong way.
That's true. As some of the best fragrance reviews have found out on live streams recently.
And we're definitely
you can slip up.
We're not going to go into the dramas.
Oh please! No, it's your channel now.
No.
It is.
Yeah, no, because I don't really actually know quite what's going on anyway, but. There's definitely a little bit of ructions going on, little ripples in Frank.
We love that.
Do we do?
Rome says, Dan is so classy, I think I'm man crushing. Checks in the mail, wow.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I'm not classy, Robes?
I think that's just a given.
With
as
my
a
flamingo pint of vodka and Diet Coke. Not sure.
Well, should we tell them what we've been up to tonight?
I think first of all we need to do scent of the day.
Okay, right.
So if everyone out there,
let us know what your
can finish.
Scent of the day is, please.
Well done.
Thanks.
Now, Dan, let us know what your scent of the day is. We've already kind of done it, but
it's there. Can we show it? The rogue one. Yeah, it should be in the box. Yeah. It's Chypre Siam from Rogue Perfumery, which is a really good Chypre fragrance, funny enough. I think it's definitely got some leather in there. Real oak moss, is not IFRA compliant, kind of benzoin, a little bit of sweetness, sort of an oriental Chypre, hence the name Siam, which was the old name for Thailand. I found out. Did you know that already? I didn't know that.
I think I might have done,
Brilliant.
but only, in the back of my brain.
Really, really nice. I think it's got a passing similarity to Sheep Palatin from MDCI, but I don't think you...
No, I don't, because I wore that actually yesterday.
Oh, okay. Right.
Sheep Palatin.
Yeah.
I think is sweeter, richer, not that green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so not massive.
Basically, I absolutely love Sheep Palatin.
Yeah.
This is a bit more your thing and not my thing.
When I came through the door and said hello to you today, you said it's very much your kind of thing.
It felt very old. It felt old school, a bit green, but rich and ever so slightly animalic.
Right, probably why I like it. Okay, so Sheep Palatin Rogue Perfumery. Now, I did buy that myself. I wasn't sent it free or anything like that. And that's a house I'm really excited about. I think Greg also likes those guys too.
Yeah.
So, what's your scent of the night, Claire?
It's the very last dregs, it's all gone now, of my Dendera sample from Fragrance View, Centauri, should I say. So I've emptied that out now. So now it's been on my skin, what, a couple of hours?
Good couple of hours, yeah. Oh, it's still very strong. So I'll say that for now. Is it an extract type concentration?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it might be. I could be wrong. I guess should really know that, but yeah, don't know.
Well,
it certainly behaves like that because it really, really lasts. If you wear it on a night out, you will still smell it the next day.
I'll smell it again. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's very powerful. It's really good.
Yeah, it's smoky, rich. It's got this beautiful resiness.
A bit. We both agreed it was quite an incense.
Yeah,
heavy
to me it's
type of
really
smell in a really good
incensey, really rich, really resinous. There's a little bit of sweetness. There is vanilla in there, but I don't pick it out as much as feel that it's part of the ambery dry down. I love it. I think it's really nice. So
yeah, it's really good.
I am going to buy a bottle.
Very well balanced
Decision made.
and yeah, really good. I think I might have once said people who liked Lair de Desert and Marocaine might like it.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's massively just like it, but
it's ballpark in that it's spicy and it's dry.
Yeah.
But for me, I prefer Dendera. Never felt the need to own Lair de Desert Marocaine.
Big statement. Okay. Well, that's praise indeed, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's excellent. I think it's really good. Right. So going back.
This is
comments. Hillary, I'm wearing the end of my SP Musk sample. I'm going to place an order for the bottle tonight because I don't think I can handle not having it around. I completely get that. I almost done one bottle of it already. I love it. Mark is saying to Richie should change his emoji to a lion and confuse everyone. Rich is the duck.
Musa Dieng is watching all the way from Dakar, Senegal.
Wow, cheers.
Hello.
Hi.
So, and greetings, he says, to Mr Smelly and Smurfy Gully. So, thank you for...
Greetings
it's great.
to you.
It's great to have people that far and wide, isn't it?
Rich is wearing Fahrenheit Parfum. I've been wearing designers all this month. Kuros tomorrow.
Oh, right.
Scott Centurion is wearing Daniel Hosier's Mystery Oud.
Oh, they're good, aren't they, Daniel? Well, a lot of people are talking about Daniel Hosier.
I haven't really tried them. I've not tried them yet.
In Break Cross.
My boss at work, Mark, he has one of them. I can't remember which one. It's at the Amber or is there an Oud? Not sure. But he's got one of them. Yeah.
Mark Probsate is saying that he needs to smell Peter's stuff and mine. Thank you. Yes, I hope my humble offering will be up to scratch as well. Greg is wearing Pegwell Bay.
Oh,
Do you know that's by Hakel's?
Yes.
Which is based down
Margate.
Well, I was going to say your way, but I'm here now. Here in Kent.
Down on the coast.
In Margate.
Yeah, Margate. Down in Margate.
Which has become a bit of a bohemian hipster joint as well. Hence probably why there's this kind of company down there doing fragrances.
Yeah.
But it's a really, really nice freshie. Have you smelled it?
I've smelled... I went in the shop a long time ago. I don't know if that was around then. I smelled a lot of their stuff and it was really not for me.
Oh, right.
Very natural. I guess I don't really... Very natural, but not like citrus. It's more like seaweeds and herbs.
Right.
And very green, lots of green stuff, which is not my thing. So it just really wasn't me. I like vanillas and gourmands and stuff.
Okay,
don't I? So,
maybe.
Or Orientals and
True.
resins.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, but I don't think I've tried Pegwell Bay.
I'll have to get you to try a sample. I actually want to buy a bottle of that. It's really good. Yeah. So, as in answer to Rich Mitch's question, what's Pegwell Bay? We've attempted to answer that. It's by a company called Haekels, which is based Haeckels type of thing. Yeah.
And I believe you could. Is Greggy Boy decanting it, or
I'm not sure. No, I don't. No. I'm not sure about that. No.
Okay.
It's an English company based on the south coast of England, and they do a very interesting range of niche fragrances. About £160 ish for 100 ml.
And they source. So they actually go out and pick their ingredients from nature in the local area, and some of their fragrances are named after is it the East Inns and North Inns of the exact point where they picked that particular ingredient?
Exactly, yeah. Hence Pegwell Bay is some place down there. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
But so they're pretty interesting. Not sure how easy they are to get outside.
They're going to open up a branch in Essex.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So the next one's going to be Clacton. Clacton on Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke.
No.
Not a good one. Right. Gareth is saying hello from, I think he said Sweden or Norway.
Oh, right.
Gareth is in Norway and he is wearing Creed Royal Oud.
Ooh, good one. A great fragrance, actually. Yes. Hello to you, Norway, where it's probably similar time to here, right?
Mark's got to go. Bye, Mark.
Oh,
thanks for
goodbye,
popping in.
thank you.
And thank you for the tip. Much appreciated.
What tip did he give?
He sent us some money, didn't he?
Oh, right, yeah.
I called it a tip, which might have confused you.
Right, yeah. I thought he gave a piece of advice, but you meant... Right.
Okay, right. So I think we're caught up on comments. If anyone hasn't shared your scent of the day, now's the time to do so.
We need to know what you're wearing.
And let me know if you're listening and you're not commenting.
Oh, shouldn't we mention where we are then?
Yeah.
So we're in my place. It's a bit of a weird setup now. I'm going to have to explain this.
Okay.
We are in bed. But what happened is I haven't got a sofa yet. So this is my new flat. And we were sitting on two chairs, which is all I've got at the moment.
Quite uncomfortable chairs.
Well, yeah, sorry about that. One of them actually, they both used to be in your place.
Yeah.
Anyway, my sofa will hope I'm trying to figure out what sofa to get. Until then, we moved the inflatable mattress I've been sleeping on into my front room. So we're on that.
So yeah. That's it. It's the first time we've been in bed together in a year.
Exactly, yeah. That's true. It's as close as I'll get, guys, now. So I'll hang on to, take what you can get, I guess. So moving on.
Right, so if you haven't shared your scent of the day, do so now. If you're watching and you haven't commented, you need to check in. I've got a register down here and I need to log your name. So check in now.
All right. Yes, miss.
Rob Wheeler is wearing Oud and Overdose. And we have Stephen Patton. So Stephen's in Fragheads group.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Stephen.
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah. Jasmine, we've got Check Me In, I don't wear much.
Right.
Oh, you're not wearing much. What clothes?
I think she's trying to tantalise us there a bit. Yeah, I think so.
She's naked.
Yeah.
Andrew Chanel Eguise Platinum.
Good one. I've got.
You've got the original.
Got it right here with me.
I've got Platinum as well.
I've got Egoist and I have Egoist Platinum. And maybe he's got the vintage because originally it was called Egoist Platinum. This is a real nerd fact,
Okay.
And now it's called Platinum Egoist. They swapped the names around. So if you have the one where it says Egoist first, it could be considered better.
Have you been watching the Raiders of the Lost Scent Tomb?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where you got that information?
No,
from?
not that particular fact. No, that's if you want to spend a long afternoon finding out about different Chorus boxes. Yeah. That's a good place.
Yeah. What's
visit.
It called? Raiders?
Raiders of the Lost Scent.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's a really useful resource, but I couldn't find how to search on it.
It's not brilliantly.
It's not the best website, is it?
It's not. No, it's not brilliant for finding what you need quickly, and they don't cover everything. But if they do have the scent you're interested in, and you manage to find it, it can be quite good.
I did use it for some Guerlain stuff. Yeah, and it was good.
They're into this stuff. Yeah.
Right, Robert is saying, what have I missed? What do you mean? Not a lot really, just scent of the day, Robert. So if you want to share your scent of the day, Robert is the one that's sending us the Aaron Terence Hughes samples.
Wow, great, okay, yeah.
So I got a message from him earlier. Didn't read it properly, but I think he's saying that his son was supposed to post it and he didn't, and he's kicked his son around the head or something.
Oh, right.
So he'll be sending those soon.
Yeah, I'm interested to smell them actually. Yeah.
Rich Egoist, platinum is bad in my opinion, not a fan of metallic. Yeah, I found it a little bit metallic.
Yes, I know what you mean. It smells like radiation poisoning. Right, I'm going to go and get it now.
What, the radiation poisoning?
Yeah, I think when people said they were on the roof of Chernobyl after the accident, there was a very metallic smell in the air.
Right.
It's meant to smell metallic radiation.
Okay, is that right?
Yeah, I've never experienced.
You're quite fascinated by the old.
I'm very fascinated by Chernobyl. Yeah.
Is fascinated by all the big disasters, really, aren't you?
Yeah, but particularly when it involves nuclear radiation and Russia and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of ticking all my boxes. Yeah. Egoist platinum. Yeah, it is definitely soapy, but it's a very distinctive kind of smell.
Yeah, it's a little bit metallic.
Yeah, it is.
Very cold smelling.
Yes, icy kind of thing,
Yeah. I get that a little bit from Silver Mountain Water, and it's something I don't really enjoy. I don't know why, but it feels like, I guess it feels synthetic, like a lot of aquatics can do as well.
Probably.
Rich is saying he's been to Chernobyl. Is that
is
that a statement or a question? I mean, I'm reading it as a statement.
If you've been, that's incredible.
Because you said you'd like to go, didn't you?
I did, but not enough that if I'm choosing a nice holiday in the sun or to go to Chernobyl, I'm ever going to choose to do that. And I think it's quite expensive to actually go there.
Gareth is saying, Grease Platinum is one of my favourites of all time. I can remember when I was a young boy, it was my father's signature scent. Yeah. Well, that's nice. If he's got a scent memory, then that helps, adds a bit of something special, doesn't it? So Arthur Scargill.
Arthur Scargill,
the real
yes.
Arthur Scargill.
You never know.
He's wearing Ormond Jane's Nawab of Oud.
I'm wearing Nawab of Oud. Right? Ormond Jane.
Is that what he does?
Absolutely.
Did.
Yes.
He's not the one with the big scar on his head.
No, that's Gorbachev. I think, no, your knowledge of politics leaves a little to be desired.
You're really into politics, so and then you make me look even worse. Rich, loads of cannabis plants in Chernobyl, part of the cleanup.
Right. Explain that.
What does that
Why
mean?
would that help?
Andrew says it's the clean metallic scent he enjoys. Rich, you can go up to North Korea for a golf holiday if you like.
I think I'll skip that. Yeah.
Centurion, that's class, Claire. What do you think? That's my comment about Gorbachev.
Gorbachev and Arthur Scargill. Yeah.
I know, politicians are all interchangeable.
Almost a similar era, I'll give you that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I'll give you that.
All right then. Was Arthur Scargill did he take over? Was he before Maggie Thatcher? Is he?
No, no. I don't think we should go into it. He
wasn't our Prime Minister.
No, Arthur Scargill was the leader of the miners' union during the 1980s. So he was the arch enemy of Margaret Thatcher because he was he led the we shouldn't get into it because it's an emotive subject, but he was the arch nemesis of Maggie Thatcher. But he was just the leader of a big trade union.
Oh, right.
During
so
the
he wasn't a politician as such?
Well, he was kind of, because he was the leader of the miners during the miners' strike.
Right.
But he wasn't an elected politician in Parliament.
Right. Is that when they had the picket fences?
Yes. Not picket fences. I definitely think we should move on from this subject.
And there was a song. Was there a band?
There were numerous.
Wilson Pickett.
Ah, that's another matter. Yeah, that's a safer subject. Yeah, a soul band. Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Oh, a soul artist.
Yeah, let's move. So frags.
Yeah.
So we've done scent of the night. We're kind of taken.
We've taken a slight detour there. Has Brexit been brought up yet? Oh my! Well, we've actually. Could this be one of the first live streams since we left the EU? Although no, it's been a week now.
What was it? It was 31st
of January. Yeah.
So.
Although I think we're still in a phasing out phase, aren't we?
Yeah.
But nothing's dramatic's happened yet.
It's just like a separation period.
Yeah.
But yes, we're not going to talk about Brexit.
No, again, we don't want to polarise people, do we? No.
Claire, enough booze for you.
What does that mean?
Because
it's a nice big glass, yeah.
Oh, I had enough booze last night, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I'm taking. They're quite weak, aren't they?
Yeah, we have they're not very strong actually, because you had a night out, didn't you, last night? So I think it was more of an evening out than you planned.
Yeah,
should we say?
It wasn't even planned at all, because I went to London and then I was on the train on the way home, and it wasn't that late. It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I texted my friend thinking she won't come out, and
Lindsay,
she did.
I've met Lindsay.
Lindsay's a nutcase. Hi, Lindsay, if you're watching. Lindsay's a nutcase. So of course it all went. Why did they say? Why? I used to say Ori.
Right.
Because I read it Ori.
Oh right.
But actually people say
right.
don't they? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it got messy.
Got messy, right.
Got messy. I've still got a bit of a headache.
Do you feel a bit better?
Yeah.
But we've had a pizza now.
Yeah, pizza soaked.
Very nice. Quite nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the farmhouse pizza from Lordswood's good.
Yes, recommended. Greg says, what have Arthur Scargill... I don't know if we should ask this question on air. Okay, I'll ask this, but we're not condoning the joke that may come. What have Arthur Scargill and Jimmy Savile got in common?
It's probably something to do with milk and school kids, are they right? No?
Don't know. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah,
Greg, let us know. Prepared to be banned from the live chat.
But yeah, has Greg
moving swiftly.
Greg hasn't got a wrench, but
right.
he might get wrenched. Depends who's offended. I don't think any of my wrench holders are that easily offended. If I'm honest.
They're quite a resilient bunch.
Yeah.
Yes. So what else is going on? There's a bit of chat going on.
Fragrance test tube. Claire, can you bring up cats then? We can definitely talk about cats.
Greg says he might not give us the punchline.
Oh.
Which suggests it's possibly
PM
borderline. We don't. I don't. Well, it's your channel.
No, yeah. Comments are comments. They're out of my hands. I'm not. It's not a dictatorship.
They don't represent the views of the Smurfy Girly channel, do they?
Exactly.
Comments. Yeah.
I might have to put some sort of disclaimer on there.
Yeah, you should legally.
Yeah. Robert is saying, that is correct. I have loads here. I also got a deal at TK Maxx at Christmas on Miller Harris. They were selling 3 for 35 quid, and one is the tea tonic. Losing the comments. This is. I wish the comments were a little bit easier to. Tea tonic. That Rose girl you met just gave opinion on. I think you mean Just a Rose, Josephine from the channel Just a Rose, and I think she must have just reviewed one of the Miller Harrises. But you have to sometimes with Robert, his Scottish comes out in his text quite badly.
God, that's unusual, isn't it? To actually write with an accent.
Yeah, writes with an accent.
Yeah. Someone asked what the wrenches mean, because I wondered about that.
Michael. I'm now going to. Oh, I can't. Why is it not letting me have?
Because you're not. This is my laptop, so you're not. It doesn't think you're.
Okay.
It's me. You don't have the power to do it on my laptop.
Yeah. Okay. So Michael, the wrench, aka spanner, depending on what side of the water you're on, it means that you can put people in timeout. So if someone's being naughty, you can put them in timeout for a little while. You can actually chuck them out. You can stop them from commenting. So it's power, basically. I was going to give you a wrench, but I'm on Dan's laptop, and because I'm not signed in, I can't give you a wrench. Rich is saying it means we have big tools. Yeah, everyone with a wrench has a big tool, or they are a big tool. Rich says he's not easily offended.
Right, probably good thing, yeah.
So Andrew's guessing at the punchline, the Arthur Scarfield
Oh,
joke.
right.
So it's something to do with miners, isn't it?
Oh, it must be to do with
Yeah.
miners. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And what was it? What do they have in common?
Yeah. So, no, I'm not going to guess about. I don't know if that's territory we want to explore.
It's going to be something like both liking miners in some way, or
yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Greggy Boy says check your WhatsApp. So your
He's
phone
probably
just
sent it to
pinged.
me.
So
let's judge if this is.
Gareth says, since we were talking about Chanel Egoist Platinum, what do you think about Parfum Mr Marley Percival? Have you tried that one?
Yeah, well, yes, Greg would be a good man to talk to about this, because he wore it when I went up to visit him back in late summer in August, and it was really, really nice. A really nice, fresh fragrance, and it really projected well.
Okay.
I didn't know they were compared. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I know Greg did wear Percival on a night out, and it was really good actually.
Okay.
But it's really actually very good to experience someone wearing something rather than just smelling it on a strip and all that. You really get a completely different. You can suddenly like things that you thought were rubbish, and vice versa.
I get that a lot. If people around me wear perfumes, I enjoy them so much more than if I wear them myself, or like you just smell them on a strip, kind of dismiss them, don't you?
Yes. I've seen the punchline now.
Stephen Patton is saying, a bit of Scottish. Alright, Claire Dahl, how's it going? You alright? Hope all is sound, my girl. This sort of Scottish text. Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Robert, Dan, when the launch were just about halfway through February, and I'm waiting on my bottle. Gravitas.
Fair enough. We've really been. I'm going to put an update video on my own channel and on the Kickstarter channel, because I want to keep people updated. I'm sorry that you haven't had an update until now, and it's completely fair to ask that we're now.
That is shit customer service.
Yes. So we are into February, and indeed the bottles should be out with you. Well, at least posted within the month of February. Of course, you must understand with Kickstarter, the point is that we wait for the money to come in from you, and then it's produced, so it's a little bit less slick than an already established company. Yes, the money's in. I hope that you got the survey that asked for the address. This week we've just been chasing a few people who hadn't given us their address, and absolutely, I'm going to put a video up on my channel and on Kickstarter just saying where we're at. But basically, all of the packaging has finally arrived. Some of it came from abroad, took a while, and it's all there, ready to be produced. So, all God willing. Well, I don't believe in God.
I'm bored now. Shut up.
It should be out with you this month.
Rich is
before
saying
February's
too many
over.
tools spoil the broth. I like that.
Yep.
Rich. Greggy Boy says Percival was very nice, but the most overpriced frag ever.
Oh, right. Because it's sort of a designery, nice, just fresh thing.
Someone's saying Parfum Mr Marley is a clone house. You hear that? You do hear that. Yeah, you do hear that. Hillary, I wish people I knew in real life were actually into fragrances.
Does help.
Yeah, it is nice. I've actually got a few frag heads kind of in my life now,
you've
really,
definitely
because
met many real human beings, but maybe that's because we're in London or in or around London.
Yeah, but
where
I mean,
a lot
I
of
think
us are
she means like
concentrated.
actually having them in her life, like friends,
organically,
work colleagues, whatever.
Okay,
Right. So like my boss got into fragrances, so he brings samples in and stuff, and we sniff stuff. I've got another colleague who I've only spoken to on the phone, but he's into frags, and he only realised that I was when we had mutual frag head friends. So now every time he rings up, he rings up about work, or I ring him about work, but it always straight away goes to scent of the day, and then a massive conversation about frags. What's going on in Fragcom?
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
It is nice. It's much nice. I mean, it's great to have the online thing, but it is much nicer to meet real people.
Yeah.
Well, some of them depends. I met a few that I did, but some of them it's really nice to meet.
The thing is, we are all, at the end of the day, just because we're into fragrances doesn't mean that we have anything else in common. We're a very diverse range of people.
And there are some real oddballs into fragrance.
You've got introverts, you've got extroverts, you've got everything.
Yeah. But maybe if you live in a part of America that's sparsely populated or whatever, maybe it's hard, because we live near major areas of population in England.
True.
So it's not too hard to, do you fancy meeting up next week at Harrods? But maybe I don't know where that commenter was living, but maybe if you're the only fraghead in Iceland, in your village,
being
or
the
it
only
might
gay
be
in the
hard.
village.
Christ. Determined to alienate people.
No,
that's a reference to a specific comedy show.
I think if you're in the UK, you know what that's all about.
Yep. I have checked the WhatsApp answer, so that's what Greg's punchline is.
Yeah. Oh.
Should we maybe not say that on air?
I think maybe not.
Perhaps we'll leave that, but yes, it was to do with the miners, yeah.
They both did certain things to miners.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Yep.
So he didn't do anything good for them then.
Well, actually, I don't want to get political.
I don't
want to get into politics. Most people who actually were involved in that, a lot of people would say that he was a very good advocate of the miners.
Right.
But you could argue it both ways. I'm certainly not taking any side in that.
Okay.
Moving swiftly onwards.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm certainly not commenting on the Jimmy Savile aspect.
Or the Michael Jackson one.
No.
From Rich Mitch.
Right, no.
So Jim says no one I work with wears fragrances.
Yeah, right.
Rich got his friends. He's got his friend into scent. Raphael, Claire, and Dan, have you smelled House of Matriarch?
A long time ago, we had the full set at one point, which they kindly sent out. We thought they were pretty good, but
I think I was underwhelmed, if I'm honest with you. I was expecting Coco Blanc to. That was the one I was really excited about, and I was expecting it to be a proper gourmand, and it really wasn't. It wasn't as sweet. It wasn't that sweet at all. In fact, it smelled woody, and I don't know. It just didn't meet my expectations. There was one that I liked, the Maj. It's called the Maj, M-A-J. Really incensey, resinous, mystical potion, and I really like that one. But there wasn't anything that massively grabbed me.
I remember that most of them came as dabbers, which did give them a slight disadvantage because they were very small dabbers, which doesn't quite let you
top up.
I think it disadvantages your experience of them a bit because we're not completely inept at applying from a dabber, but it's not quite the same, is it? So you might get a lot less on you or whatever. So sometimes I do think whatever company you're doing out there, however much it costs to get stuff in a little sprayer, I would say you need to spend that money.
People will pay more for a sample that sprays.
Yeah. And it's not, I know these costs add up a lot when you're running a company, but I would say, unfortunately, if you want to offer samples, you really, now, in this day and age, you need to get them in a sprayer, whether you like it or not. Listen to me, sorry. And nothing, but I thought there were some really interesting smells in there, but it's so long ago that I can't comment too
we've never felt inspired. We never really spoke about them, did we? Or
we didn't go into. I think we did a frag chat on them
did we? I don't think
years
we did.
ago. Oh right, maybe not.
I don't think we did. I remember
you
had them. I think
maybe
it was quite early. I think you got them probably before I even met you.
No. It was after I met you.
Okay.
But it was definitely not long after. I thought we did a frag chat.
All right.
But could either of you now have a relationship with someone who hates fragrances? Well, not who. Not many people hate them. Do they?
I could go out with someone who told me that I couldn't wear fragrance around them because I just couldn't. I just say
no. If they hated them, no.
Yeah, I couldn't hold down a job that didn't let me wear fragrance to work. Same thing. Like if you're gonna have to spend time and not wear fragrance, I couldn't.
Right.
Or I would just or take the job, do it. And risk getting the sack because I'd still wear fragrance.
Yeah. Oh right.
What about you?
I suppose when you can. If you're saying, could you go out with someone who hates them? No. Could you go out with? I'm not interested in going out with anyone anyway. But if they were like hadn't ever thought about it and just owned one, it wouldn't make me not want to be friends with somebody. So, but it does. I guess when it's this important in your life, it does help if they're a little bit.
It's nice if you're
at the very least.
If you've got that interest, but it's not important. But at the same time, imagine having to be around someone all the time and maybe they just wear one thing that you hate. Or if they're telling you all the time, oh, that one stinks, that one stinks. I mean, it's not really going to feel.
Or
very
if they
good,
weren't sympathetic to the hobby, if they were like, what have you got 200? You know, if they were like, oh, why you're wasting money?
Are you buying another? Oh, we got Thomas in the room.
That must be really hard. Ouch!
Tommy boy.
I don't know. Greg has now said.
Yeah.
We mustn't repeat that. It's very funny, though.
I'm not reading that out.
Actually, I remember watching Jim Will Fix It as a kid, and it was.
I actually wanted to be on the show.
Right.
But I never got round to writing the letter.
Right, well, lucky.
Well, yeah.
Jim's Victor for you,
and you.
So, in case anyone doesn't know, Jim Will Fix It was a popular program.
I think everyone knows who Jimmy Savile is.
Some American viewers
I bet they do. Americans, do you know who Jimmy Savile is?
They won't.
Do you know his Jim Will Fix It? Yes or no?
All right. Christ, why would... I mean, God, you know.
Okay, right.
Car crash.
We're not doing this.
Moving swiftly on.
Right, so we're skipping past Rich's minus comment.
Someone mentioned Henry Jack there. I don't know what they meant.
Oh, wait. Where is it? Oh, we've got Benjamin in the house. Hi, Benjamin. Centauri. I'm losing track of comments and stuff.
So, Dan, you would love Roy Sands. Okay, Roy Sands equipage from Henry Jack. It's funny you should mention that, Russ. Sorry, which means king or something, is it? Anyway, Roy de Soleil, isn't it? King.
Yeah.
I visited the Henry Jack booth on the 6th floor of Harrods on the day before yesterday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And Henry Jack have some really, really beautiful smells. However, the prices are outrageous.
Exorbitant.
£6,000. I think it was a 7. Doesn't matter, does it? 50 mil or 75 mil.
It's mental. It's absolutely mental.
I think it was pure oil, but
I'll never get to the point that I'll consider that. It's completely.
They did smell really good, but
over my head that does. So Thomas, I saw Thomas yesterday. Hi Thomas, I hope you're having a break tonight because you're working like a fucking dog. Oh, sorry, I swore. I sworded. Sorry. Actually, you're allowed to swear on this channel.
Ah, right. Oh, we're on your channel, aren't we?
Yeah.
Forget. Yeah,
sorry. I'm shit. Do you want to do comments?
Oh, okay. Shall I do the comments?
Yeah.
You lead a bit. Yeah.
Okay. I keep missing comments and get distracted and not reading them properly, and so we've done scent of the night, and what else were we going to do? We're going to smell all this new stuff. We've got all this stuff here, and just interrupt whenever you want to talk about a comment. So yesterday I went to an event at Lush. They did a treatment for me in the store in Oxford Street, and I got not pummeled, but kind of like pressed and stroked, and smelt their new fragrances. And
right, yes, continue. Don't let me interrupt. Yeah.
Smelt their new fragrances. I've smelt them before. My friend Sue works for Lush, and she let me smell them before. They were initially Florence exclusives, and now they're in Oxford Street. So I smelt some of those, but I haven't got those with me. I don't have those, so I can't smell those. But I do have one from Lush, which I wore last night. I hastily applied on the train when my friend agreed to come and meet me, and my sheep repellitan was not projecting anymore because I've been wearing it all day long. It still was lasting though.
Just to let you know, Fran says, hi Claire and Dan, wouldn't pay more than £280 for a perfume.
Cheers, Fran. Yeah, I think
that's a possible kind of top level.
I will only go that sort of level. I did it for Iris Ganache, and I did it. So I'll do that for a Galan if I really love it.
Mm-hmm.
But that takes time for me to get to the point that I'm going to part with that sort of cash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that on a whim.
Right, sorry, carry on.
So I thought we should smell the Comforter.
Mm-hmm.
The Comforter, which is a Lush perfume. Do we have strips?
Yep. We did. Yeah. Yeah, here they are.
Oh, this bed, by the way, is an air bed. Dan hasn't bought a permanent bed yet. So, see, when I bounce, he bounces. And every time one of us moves to get something, the other one moves.
Seems to be but it's in the middle. It's quite hard. If you were lying on it, if you were sleeping on it, it'd be fine. But towards the edges, it seems to be a bit soft.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a bit bouncy.
It's not fully hard.
No, this is kind of semi. It's semi-hard. Yeah. Okay. Right. Ready?
We're going to spray the Comforter.
Yep.
Comforter is, I think it's blackcurrant, so it's berry. And I actually really enjoyed wearing this last night. I don't know why, it's just snobbing me or what, but I wouldn't usually pick a Lush fragrance for a night out. I always try, I tend to pick things, I guess, for my nights out more. I don't know, like I'll wear a Galan on a night out or Chypre Palatin or something. But actually, I really enjoyed wearing that last night.
Right.
It's kind of because it's what I had with me, because it's in my bag. What do you think?
It smells like a fruit drink. It smells like Vimto.
Yes, yeah, a bit like Vimto, yeah. But maybe with a bit of vanilla as well?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's Ribena or Vimto.
Yeah. Dark berries, but very sweet as well.
Comforting.
It doesn't smell like a fragrance that we normally would spray. Kind of, yeah. It kind of fits in with Lush because they're non-traditional fragrances, aren't they?
Yeah.
Completely. They're not. We're going to both get hiccups. This could be interesting live stream. Yeah. No, yeah, okay, kind of. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
I like it, yeah.
Yeah, if you wore that, I can see that. It's not anything I'd wear, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, it was actually today that I bought. So somebody else says a DCJMR.
That's Jim.
Sorry, hello Jim. Ouch is saying it's the blackcurrant one, the Comforter.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is true.
Yes.
Excuse me. Jim says it was actually today I bought 100ml of Frederick Malle Music for a while for £325 because someone asked what's the most you've ever spent on a fragrance. Sorry, $325.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Music for a while. Is that one of the Oudi ones? Tell us more about that one. I'm not sure I've tried that. Have you?
No, I haven't. Not that I remember. Greg says, brace yourselves. I'm coming to see you in a few weeks. Live from the pub, I reckon.
I need to check my shifts, Greg. And if I'm free, I hope you don't mind me coming along. Dan said that's okay.
Reluctantly, I agreed.
Don't want to, rain on your parade
No, we wouldn't let you. But it'll be great fun if you can make it. And basically, I live where we're doing this now is 5 minutes from where Claire lives, where you normally see live streams, basically. Yeah, so it's like there's 2 roads between us and 2 alleys connecting. So it's a bit weird because you can only go through the alley. Like it's a bit of an. You can drive. It's not far. If you wanted to walk the long way round, it's 10 minutes. It's going to take a bit longer. But you're going to go through the alley, aren't you? But we're really near in kind of the not central Rochester High Street, is it? No, I think we're about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from Rochester. It's about a 25 minute walk. Yeah. It's about 25 because I walk back from the station on Thursdays. It's quite long, but it's not.
I walked
it's
to
walkable.
the station.
It's
so I
walkable.
walked to the station
Yeah.
yesterday, and I reckon it took just under 30 minutes for me.
It's that kind of
Yeah.
Anyway, that we should monitor.
Right. So yeah. Oh, we have Amy, Mr Smelly.
Of course not, chick, says Greg. I think that means he doesn't mind you coming on.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Oh, Amy's saying, "Oh, Mr Smelly moved to your neighbourhood, Claire."
Funny that, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's interesting. The reason that happened is because I wanted to give. Well, yeah, you could argue that there's a subconscious reason, but I moved because I can't afford to live where I grew up in North London, but I had a bit of money in the bank, which was a perfect amount to get something here without having to have a big mortgage and stress. And and because of course I'd spent time with Claire, I knew the area, and I thought it's quite nice here. So I wasn't gonna just stick a pin in the map and go somewhere random
of the area. You know it, rather than randomly somewhere else.
Because I could have gone
anywhere.
Surrey or somewhere else. There are bits that are a bit cheaper or Essex or whatever, which are probably all really nice too. But I kind of just knew this area a bit, so that's how it happened. But it's kind of odd. I honestly, when I came to look at this flat, I didn't realise that it was
how
that
close it was.
to you.
Yeah,
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
When you looked at this place when I was in my new house, did you?
You'd already moved to your new house. Yeah. I was at. It was during a week when I was looking after your cat that I booked the appointment to come here. But I just saw it online, and you don't know exactly where it is. But it is quite close.
Yeah.
Funny that.
Right, so Rich said he once bought 450ml bottles of Dior Privé, setting back over £1,000. Worth it. They were the older formulations.
Oh my god, that's quite a big
That's
outlay
a lot.
one day. Yeah,
that's a lot.
It's interesting though, isn't it, with fragrances, because obviously that's a lot of money. But you know, compared to what people spend on other stuff, watches, cars, it's not that huge.
No, I mean
it's not it's arguably not a massively life-changing
as long as you're not getting
but
yourself in debt and you got your money to pay for your bills and whatnot. You know, it's all relative, isn't it? Really. Hillary, I'm not sure what it's about.
I think we're a bit behind now.
Yeah, we are. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. That's all. I don't like to miss.
Okay, you like to.
I like to make sure I mention as many people as possible.
Okay, that's good.
We're very inclusive on this channel.
Oh, that's good.
Mr Smelly.
Okay, fine. I appreciate that. That's good.
Stephen says the music for a while is unique. Fruity fragrance, wasn't a fan. Andrew T spent £1,000 on Xerjoff.
Wow. Okay.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. But I mean, it's pretty easily done, isn't it?
It's not difficult.
With the niche stuff, if you buy 3 or 4,
four bottles.
Very easily done, yeah. I mean, I've not done that in one go, but I know plenty of people who have, yeah.
Michael Sessi, Claire, any suggestions how not to go bankrupt when purchasing Creed Spice and Wood?
Okay, right.
So I got really lucky. There's a lady in the fragrance groups in the UK who often buys and sells very high-end stuff. So when I bought the bottle that I gave to Dan, I think I paid £150.
Oh, right.
And that's like a
good.
300 and something. Yeah. I can't remember. It was about that.
It's less than half price, really.
Yeah, and it was nearly full, wasn't it?
And had the lid. It was the full presentation.
So the only thing I can say is A, patience. 2, Facebook groups.
Yeah. Patience and you won't.
Or eBay. Set an alert on eBay.
eBay's a bit.
But yeah, that's the problem. eBay's a bit scary when it comes to Creed. That's
there are real ones on there, but you've always got that.
You never know, and because
slight fear.
like the big bottles, the really big bottles can be.
The trouble is, of course, the flacons with a lid. Then it's everything about the bottle. It could be a real Creed bottle. They can put anything in it.
They could put perfume parlour in there.
And some of the clones do smell very close. So be careful.
Robert says you only need one parfum according to Demi, as she has done about 4 videos in the last 16 days that does for dinner, being kinky or who smells rich, and it's Fragrance du Bois, New York 5th Avenue.
Right.
Okay.
Being kinky for dinner.
So,
it's a good fragrance like for dinner or for being.
She's a perfect
kinky.
woman. She cook you dinner,
right,
and then give you a fantastic experience in bed. Yeah.
And she's rich.
And she's going to pay for it and all.
Right. And that's right. Okay.
All with Fragrance du Bois, New York 5th Avenue. Greggy Boy says hashtag not sponsored.
Right.
But of course, we have a rule on this channel.
We've never talked badly about another review, would we? Here?
No. D&G, the one intense. Is it any good? Says Tony. Anyone tried it?
I want to try that. Yeah, we were saying earlier that we should try it, but are either of us actually very excited to try that?
I don't like the one, so I'm unlikely to like the one intense. In fact, I'm likely to intensely not like it.
Yeah, I thought that I should perhaps do it just because the video might, it's a subject people would be interested in, but
yeah.
I can't say I have any great interest that it's going to be really good. Unfortunately.
Benjamin's saying especially Aventus in terms of don't buy it on eBay or be careful.
I think if you've just got that one fragrance that you really, really, you love it, maybe it's a case for just saving up and just buying it from a completely safe place.
Yeah.
For the extra £100 or so.
You can still get it slightly cheaper on, is it the Nose or Nose?
Yeah, the Nose.fr. There are sites in France and stuff where it's a bit cheaper than, significantly cheaper than going to Harrods or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sometimes, if you're really into one, you've really got your heart set on it, maybe just put aside a bit more and just bite the bullet, I think.
Thomas says Fragrance du Bois, gosh, they kind of suck. Sorry to any fans. I tried what's the Jean Intense, something Jean Intense, pretty, but actually it wasn't that fantastic. Hillary says D&G the one, EDP disappears on my skin, get enough. Oh, hang on, no. Hillary says I smelled the one intense, it was meh. And Rich says EDP the one, disappears on my skin, you get nothing from it. I hear that, I do hear that a lot. Yeah, I'm not a fan myself.
Thomas says
smelled them in Jovoy, wow, they hurt my snozzle. What were you doing putting your snozzle in the perfume bottles?
You get thrown out for that.
If you had a wine, maybe.
He's talking about Fragrance du Bois.
Yeah.
All right. Are they not very good then? Oh, right.
Well, no,
some people are saying.
They get massive hype.
Okay.
In our groups that we go in, the British groups, there's a couple of people that go crazy for them, and they're happy to spend like £450.
Are they
on a bottle? Yeah, okay. People will blind buy them.
Right.
But yeah, nah. No. Cecilia says they are pricey. Raphael, when is Dan's fragrance going to be delivered?
This month, all being well. As I've said earlier in the stream, we're gonna. I'm sorry that I must put up an update video both on my YouTube channel and on the Kickstarter page, maybe. But we have now all the materials in, almost everybody's address details, and if for any reason you haven't answered the survey,
make sure you get your addresses correct.
Yes, that's important. Thank you. And we hope it should be. I mean, we said February, and it all being well, it should be out this month. Everything is now there. It's the perfumer, John Stephen, actually has a distribution centre. He'll be sending out.
Do you know what I think's funny?
The next week or two.
You know, in your Instagram posts,
you
say fragrance by Mr Smelly with the help of perfumer John Stephen.
Yeah, right.
Like he's hardly had anything to do with it, and it's like
that's probably slightly misleading. Yes, I mean. Yeah, he's the person who created the fragrance.
Sorry that I'm stripping it so it doesn't get a bit hot.
It's okay. I'm sure most people will not object to that.
It's in my fat arse.
But great tan though.
Yeah,
Still got the tan going on from
from
the Madeira trip. And is that mainly where it's all come from still?
Yeah.
You do retain the tan
Well,
really
it's
well.
only, what, has it been, how long have I been back? It's only been a week or so.
Week and a half, something like that. Friday, no, barely a week. Week 8, just over a week. Okay. Friday, just over a week. So definitely the fragrance will be going out this month. And you were saying, yes, I shouldn't take credit for it too.
I'm only joking. I just think it's funny that the way with the help of perfumer John Stephen. I just think it's funny. That's all.
It just was a minor part of the.
Don't talk about minors again.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
I'm done with minors.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm getting I get an allergic reaction to alcohol sometimes. See
Right.
my face, my face is red, and it's hot as well.
Yeah.
It's honestly.
Oh right.
I'm allergic to alcohol.
Right. That's unfortunate for you, really. That's what making your face red, do you think?
Yeah, and also breathing. I can't breathe very well.
Right.
I have to.
Does this happen a lot when you drink?
Yeah.
Right. But is it any particular vodka or
Well, I was drinking Russian Standard last night at home.
Right. And was that all right?
And even today, when I was laying on the bed feeling a bit sorry for myself, cuddling the cat, I was having trouble breathing.
Oh, right.
So I do think I don't know if it's Russian Standard vodka or if it's all vodka.
It shouldn't be because it's supposed to be very pure, but you never know.
Maybe it's Diet Coke.
It could be something in the Diet Coke, yeah. Just cut that out then, yeah.
So Dan's going for a wee.
Sorry, yes.
Hopefully a wee, anyway. He's closing the door, so that's a good sign.
Sorry, guys.
Let's catch up with some comments. I'm really sorry that I'm missing a lot of comments. I know, Robert, I saw a comment from you that I missed 2 questions from you, so feel free to repeat it now and I'll look out for it. Greggy Boy says, if you notice lots of packages don't have a postcode, don't send them. Okay, I'll pass that on to Dan. He's currently engaged. Yeah, Greggy Boy. Celia wants to buy Portrait of a Lady, and it's $390. Totally worth it. I agree, but I also think Portrait of a Lady's been out long enough that you can get it cheaper if you are patient and if you don't mind maybe getting it on the grey market or on the Facebook group if it's from someone that you trust. I think you could probably get it cheaper. Rich says I might be allergic to the cat hair. No, definitely not. I can't be allergic to Sweetie, can I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm suffering right now quite strongly. Look at the colour of my face.
Sorry.
Look at the colour of my face.
Yes.
And feel the heat of it.
It doesn't feel hot to me.
Is it not? It's warm.
Not unnaturally.
It's
you don't look really red to me.
Cheeks are really red.
Maybe a tiny.
I'm not saying I've got fever, but my face feels hot.
Yeah.
Mind you, so does yours. Maybe your heating's up too high.
Shall I turn the heating down a bit?
Maybe, yeah.
Shall I open the window a bit?
Do that.
Do you want a bit of fresh air?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe it's stuffy.
I want to breathe.
Maybe it's a bit stuffy. Sorry, yeah.
No, it's not just that. It's definitely not just that. I'll get like this weird. Okay, right. So Robert, Tom Ford, 12 Arabian Wood Azure Lime. Discontinued Black Violet. Discontinued. Costa Azura, Fleur de Porfino, Fougère d'Argent, Fougère Platane, Jasmine Rouge, and Jean Coul de Nuit. I think I missed the first bit.
Incoming drunk stream songs.
So I got that message from Robert. I think
What's
he's
his
copying
point?
and pasting something,
Okay.
I reckon.
Right. Allergic to alcohol.
Oh, hang on.
Tom for Beau de Jour. Will this be the next hyped fragrance on YouTube? Certainly does seem to be getting a lot of love lately. Yeah. Beau de Jour. Yeah.
Right,
Tom
okay.
Ford.
Oh, Robert. Here's a question: if you pick a top 5 of a house and there's not any new releases from it, do you change your mind, say 5 months later, or does it stay top 5 the same? That's like one of those interview questions where you say, "Can you just repeat that?" Or you start answering and then you go off on this massive tangent because you've forgotten what they said. If you pick a top 5 of a house and there's
no new ones, so it stays the same choice. 5 months later, do you still like the same 5 ones? Not necessarily. Maybe.
I wouldn't expect to change my mind if the selection's the same.
Right. Mine changes over time.
Options are the same.
All right.
The top 5 probably. There's a possibility that maybe one of them's interchangeable.
Okay.
Maybe I'll lose one and change it out for something else. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So that's your interview answer, yeah? I don't think you've got a job.
So,
wrong answer. Yeah.
When I'm choosing between fragrances, I like to use my higher intellect, and I also use the empathy that I have for people and the analytic skills that I gained when I was pretending to be something I'm not.
Oh,
and
right.
no, it's not right.
Right. So you would say generally it stays consistent, but it may. I mean, it's kind of obvious. Occasionally, it may change.
We're a fickle bunch, aren't we? So there's always a chance that something might change. But I would say, if Tom Ford, I still love what I've always loved. So I like the Phoenician Bergamot, Neroli Portofino Aqua.
Right.
What else do I like from Tom Ford? I can't remember.
Noir Extreme. Men's one, maybe.
I like from the men's line. There's like the standard ones. I like Noir and Noir Extreme. Jim says sorry that I'm sick. Not sick. Just
hello, Zoopy Goggins.
Weird. Oh, Zoopy's in the house. Cheers, Zoops.
The star-studded lineup continues on our line. I would say that my lineup of top 5 from a certain house is there might be 3 or 4 that are top favourites, but it does evolve over time. So it does every 6 months or a year. You might decide.
Plus seasons, I think, might change it. So you might be feeling more freshies.
True. Yeah.
In the warm weather, and
you might
go to your heavier ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Rich, Dan and Claire, which brand do you have the most fragrances
good
from?
question, Claire.
4160 Tuesdays.
You can give us a few because I know
dominate my collection, and then Guerlain.
Is that probably second most? Yeah.
Apart from that, I don't have lots from any particular brand. I've got a few Tom Fords, but not loads. Yeah.
No, you haven't. No.
Yeah, it's 4160 and now Papillon I've got 3. And bearing in mind there's only 5.
Yeah, so you can't possibly have loads of those.
6. I think there's 6.
You do have a lot of SP Parfums.
Oh, SP Parfums. But to be fair, he did send all of those to us. So I feel it would be unfair.
No, it wouldn't be.
But if I was paying for them myself, I would have at least 3 from SP Parfums.
Okay. But for you, 4160, Guerlain and 4160.
Yeah, they're my favourite houses. 4160 is my favourite indie house. Guerlain's my favourite more mainstream. But I prefer their higher end line, of course.
You do.
But I still think like I wore the Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum Intense that you gave me.
Oh yeah, a really kind of mainstream.
Wore that the other day on the night shift. I would say I got more than 14 hours out of it.
Right.
And it was amazing.
Right.
It smells so good.
Sorry.
It smells so good. It smells expensive. Isn't it? Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It smells posh.
It's a good house actually, Guerlain. Yeah, they do really good stuff. So for me, actually, I've actually kind of thanks to you got really into quite a lot of Guerlains. It's not my mode. I've got 5, maybe 7 Guerlains of one. They tend to be more the mainstream, not the really fancy ones. Really love the bottle. That's Mouchoir de Mouchoir. But must have about 10 Creeds. Probably Creed, Aqua de Parma. Chanel, I have quite a lot of the main classic ones. So Chanel, Creed, Aqua de Parma, maybe Dior. So kind of a bit boring.
Are they
answer,
more
but,
designer, like the mainstream line, Dior?
Yeah, no, they're all.
Privé.
No, I don't have any Privés, so I'm afraid of Dior. well, the odd decant, but no, it's literally like your Dior Eau Sauvage, Fahrenheit, the Dior Homme line. You should have all three that are the main ones. Dior Intense, Parfum. Not so bothered about the fresh flankers of that. I don't know, but so a lot of Dior, quite a lot of the mainstream masculine Chanel, the Antaeus, the Monsieur, Chanel Paul Monsieur, vintage version. I got quite a lot of vintage stuff, so it's a different kind of thing. But
it's a whole other ball game, isn't it?
But
really?
it's still so yeah. Chanel, Dior, Creed, maybe Acqua di Parma.
Yeah. Roland says Galan for the price are great. I agree.
Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Thomas says you love SP perfumes too. No, Smithy Girly. Yes, I don't love them all. I think they're, for me, there's three parts to SP. There's like the
going back here now.
The few that I really love that are probably the most wearable ones, which is like your SP mask, your powder and dust, suntan glam.
Yeah.
And then you have like this middle range, which are maybe more mass appealing in general, like Cassie's, pink patchouli, the sun milk flowers, and then you have like the really weird, strange stuff like cologne and Lisbon blues, and yeah. So I wouldn't say I love the whole range because that would be bullshit.
Yeah.
I really like or love powder and dust.
Powder and dust,
SP mask.
One of your top favourites ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you are very able to say that some of them are a little bit odd or don't work for you, and you wouldn't particularly enjoy wearing them.
Yeah,
because
and
it's
there's
a very
wrong with that
artistic,
because
out there kind of house.
Basically, it's a house that has something for everyone, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
It's there's stuff that I can really love, and I can tell people that like that have similar tastes to me. I can say, "It's a chance you're gonna like those ones. Try those." That is challenging. That's slightly odd. If you're into more like the weirder stuff, the animalic things maybe that you'd find from a zoologist, then you might find those work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very, very, very interesting fragrances, and you must meet Sven. Because you've never met him, have you? But I feel like you know him better than me, but I've met him once and you haven't.
We're
always talking,
always talking on email, and he's the sweetest, kindest, lovely
guy.
Lovely guy. And I'm not just saying it because
former pharmacist.
Sends his perfume. Yeah. He's really lovely, genuinely lovely.
Thomas from Ouch 110, Thomas from the Ouch 110 channel says that Dior was the best back in the 80s, and that reminded me that I recently loved rewatching probably a very old video, I think, of you reviewing Dior Midnight Poison.
Oh, really?
So it's great.
Midnight Poison?
The one, remember I gave you Midnight Poison, that discontinued one from Dior?
Yeah.
Midnight Poison. Thomas reviewed that like 2012
yeah, no,
or something.
Thomas is great for all the classics and vintages.
I think might be worth noting that channels like yours are really good, and some people, including me, when we have to do a video mentioning that fragrance, still go back and watch those videos of yours
and
from
plagiarise it.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. Yeah, I do. So it's good to know that some of the old videos out there are still really influential to people who really are into it. Like,
well, I go back. I often watch when I'm looking up female designer fragrances, more classic female designer fragrances. Thomas always comes up in my feed. Yeah. If I'm searching, because I love Thomas.
Thomas has got a very good archive of videos covering a vast range of quite a few fragrances that don't have many or maybe any other reviews online. Yeah. Or very few.
And he's very good at articulating how they smell without just relying on Fragrantica note listing. No. He's very good at it, kind of giving you a good idea of what it smells like, which I love.
So we, you should know that, Thomas. Yeah, and we'll see you again soon.
Yes.
We're trying to keep up with a bit more comments. I guess because there's two of us, we're interacting more, so we're not on top of every comment.
Yeah. Sorry if we missed your comment, and feel free to repeat yourselves. Yeah.
Dior is dying a death to me at the moment, says Rich Mitch.
So I saw Eugene reviewed, we was talking about Rouge Trafalgar. Oh shit, I'm a little drunk, and I just said Trafalgar. I just smelt that actually yesterday. But Eugene's saying the same thing. He thinks Dior's gone to shit recently.
Right.
To paraphrase.
He didn't say so many words. Yeah, I was trying to envisage him saying. Zoopy says Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza is now one of my favourites ever. Cheers for introducing it to me, Dan. Yeah, pleasure. Disturbingly, when I went to the toilet in Harrods, Chanel Acqua di Parma Oud and Bergamotto di Calabria are now the toilet spray that
They're
you
in
can
the
use
loo?
in Harrods. Yeah. It's kind of degrading,
freshen up.
Yeah.
Did you have a person in there going freshen up?
No,
Freshen up?
No, there was a man in there. There was an attendant.
Oh really?
He wasn't saying.
Wasn't it freshen up? You didn't have to pay 50p for a spray.
No. It wasn't like a nightclub. But the really good thing in Claire's house is you put. No, hang on, no. Oh, that was my sister. No, it was my sister.
Yeah.
Has put perfumes outside a toilet, like in a nightclub.
Oh really?
And she said she's put a tip jar with her cat's name because he sits normally outside the bathroom. That's his. So you're supposed to tip the cat. I couldn't. Sorry, I thought of it and I thought it must have been you, but no, it was my sister. So there you go.
That's funny.
I might do that in my house. So it'd be quite funny, or to have like a nightclub toilet in your house.
Yeah.
Because we could do it because we got so many.
You got so many. You totally could.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
Right, Robert says, regarding my top 5 question, the reason I asked was I watched 2 reviewers who have changed their opinion on their top 5 in the last 6 months.
That's fair enough, though. That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, if you said to me, what's your top 10 absolute favourites from your collection, that answer's going to change every single time I think about it, I think.
It does, because it's...
Jim went to Saks today to smell Rouge Trafalgar. Eugene, of all people, was giving it a positive review, so I had to try it, got a sample, we'll try it next week. I just tried it on a bit of paper, on the strip. It was more fruity than I expected. I was thinking it's going to be a watery rose, musk, boring, slightly fruity thing. Much more on the blackcurrant than the rose from initial impression, but better than I expected, but still certainly nowhere near anything I would buy. I wouldn't, even if it was designer line price, 50 quid a bottle, 60 quid a bottle,
right.
I wouldn't buy it.
Oh dear.
It was okay, but yeah, a bit generic, I guess.
Christ.
Rich says to Ouch to do a top 5 or 10 Dior's. Could you order candles in from Fiden if I want? Let
Poor man,
Rich,
having a rest.
let Tom have a break. He's been working a lot of hours. Email Bloom, and he'll get back to you. He'll get back to you when he's working.
Do you know what someone sent me in a messenger thing on Facebook the other day? Hi Dan.
Top up when you.
Do you want me to? Okay, yeah. Someone sent me a message in a Facebook messenger. I think I may have spoken.
Sorry.
He sent me a message. Hi Dan, like blah blah. I want you to suggest me my best 5 fragrances for winter and for summer. Here's a list of my favourite fragrance notes, and there was 20, literally 20 different fragrance notes. And he said, based on by checking my Facebook profile, based on my interests and personality, which 5 fragrances would you recommend for those 2 seasons?
So what did you say? Send me.
It's like,
here's my fee.
How do you think I can?
This is 3 hours work.
Just invest my whole day investigating your personality and your 28 favourite fragrance notes, and give you a top 5 for each season. So.
I'm running out of Diet Coke.
Oh my god! I can run to the garage. It's literally 2 minutes.
Oh, that'll be alright. I've got one more drink then.
If that happens, I'll go. Yeah. The great thing about where I'm living, guys, is we are literally 2 minutes from a pub.
I'm just going for a wee one.
And 2 minutes from a large co-op garage, which has a very big mini supermarket. So it is the ideal location for me. But if you do run out of Diet Coke, Claire, I will get it. So I'm now filling on my own, which is quite scary.
Are you okay? Do you need me to give you some? Are you okay to?
I can do.
I mean, you've got enough comments to keep you going.
Yes, absolutely.
I hope you can't hear me
Some of them are talking about themselves, amongst themselves. And about themselves. Someone's saying, sorry, Thomas, have you tried Prin's 2 new extracts? Asks Greg. Prin parfums are very, very good, and thank you to Thomas for introducing us to those. Rich Mitch is apologising for asking about work in the stream. Sorry, Rich, we didn't mean to give you a really hard time about that. He'll get up to Bloom on Monday. Oh, Rich Mitch, are you in the UK? Is he? Oh, right. Okay. And his avatar is kind of a duck or a glove puppet or something. That's interesting. So, guys, it's nearly midnight on a Saturday, so what are you all doing? Are you, obviously, you're presumably at home. How come you're not going out, having a wild time? If you are involved with a partner or anyone, are they in bed, or are they sitting here watching this with you, or you typing this on your phone? How's that working? Just intrigued to know. Please let me know. I'm in the UK. I sent you a package, Dan, says Rich Mitch. Sorry, you're quite right. Yes, I do recall that now. Apologies. Yeah, I do. That does now ring a bell. Was that all right, that Paco Rabanne vintage? Because when you send a vintage one to someone, you always worry that their notes have gone off, or because they may have changed a bit from when it was made in the 80s or whatever. So somebody says it's only 7 o'clock where they are. Rich is playing Football Manager, watching the script. The last time I played Football Manager, it was on an Amstrad 6128 8-bit computer, so I haven't played it since then.
I'm back. Sounds like you're dying a death.
I'm dying on stage here. We've lost about 100 viewers. Rich Mitch is in Birmingham, and I actually sold him Paco Rabanne Porom, and I totally forgot, so I feel very embarrassed.
Because I know Rich is in the UK, because we were talking about Karen Fox and her fragrances,
that's very good.
Okay, so I've had a week. I've filled up my drink.
Oh, he now says he's in Newcastle. Oh, that's enough. Yeah.
I think I said Birmingham.
Sorry.
Up north, anything of like.
I think people in Newcastle and Birmingham would consider themselves quite different, but no, it's up north to us, isn't it? But Birmingham's Midlands to some people, isn't it? But it's all north to us, isn't it? Really. Yeah. Have you ever been to Newcastle?
No. You?
No, I haven't. No.
I don't think there's any reason to go, is there? Rich, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's one of those places people who are there are very patriotic about it. Yeah. So you may have lost a friend there.
Shall we smell some shit?
Yeah, well, it's about time we did.
Yeah,
actually.
so who wants to smell Proxima off of Centauri, which is, by the way,
hello from Sydney. It's 11 a.m. and pouring with rain.
Hi, Sydney.
Put out the fires anyway. Right, thanks, mate. Very interesting.
So
that's great.
Peter sent us a sample each.
Yes, of Peter one. From Fragrance View's new.
So this is not the final. This is the one he ended up. He has reformulated slightly. So I think he's not sure if he's added grapefruit or he's removed grapefruit. I can't remember now. Grapefruit's definitely a thing.
It's involved.
Grapefruit's involved.
It's called Proxima. So excuse me, but when he sent me 3, this wasn't one of them. So is this like the one that didn't get released at the same time as the others, or
no? There's only 2. You got Dendera and Gaia. Did he send you Proxima then?
I thought he sent me 3.
Did he send you some?
No, maybe he only sent me 2.
The ones I gave you.
Yes, he only sent 2.
No, there was only 2.
Okay, so sorry. So this is the 3rd one.
Yes. Right. Okay. So he initially was going to release it. He's made it and changed his mind, I think. I could be wrong, but that's kind of like what's happened. So he's reformulated it because he wasn't quite 100% happy. So I'm going to spray it on my hand.
Okay.
So what he's done, because he's obviously made up the juice, he's just giving samples away with purchases. But this is not quite what it's going to be.
Okay, so this is a prototype that's now been, when you finally, if you did buy a bottle, this wouldn't be the final thing.
Yeah.
But it should give us
a good idea, he says. Yeah.
You know what they're like, these perfumers, they're very particular, Oh, wow. Oh, it's fresh.
I wasn't expecting that,
Didn't know Peter did fresh.
It's I think it's almost like a grown-up Atelier cologne.
Mhm. Wow.
And Atelier, it's not like Atelier needs to be grown up, but it's like Atelier cologne, but something more advanced about it. Do you know what I mean?
Ouch says, next time, can I come for the next live and we smell things?
Yes!
There you go.
Yep, we'll do a live.
It wouldn't be great to have Peter on the channel. Not
Thomas.
Peter, Thomas, sorry. Thomas on the channel.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, this is fragrance,
I would like to do a live
matter in hand,
with Tom in the pub with wine.
Yes. Okay, very nice citrus.
Very smooth. To me, it's quite
very
orangey.
natural smelling. Yep.
So I had my brother smell this one today. My brother's not a frag head, but he's kind of interested, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
He's teetering.
We have to get.
We want to get Big Sprig on the channel.
Big Sprig. This is Lil Sprig.
I'm Lil Sprig. That's Lil, Lil Sprig or Spriglet, because my last name's Sprigmore. In case you don't know, my brother's called Big Sprig because he's
bigger. And older,
big,
a couple of years older, like what is he, like 2 years old? And it's quite tall. It's
not
big.
the age; it's more so the height.
Yes.
And it's quite stocky as well, isn't it? Or chunky? No, not chunky.
Well, he's very tall and broad shoulders. Yeah. And he has a big beard now, which makes him seem even more imposing.
I said he could do a channel called Wig Weird Witness.
Right. Great. Yeah. Good idea.
So
anyway, we hope we'll get Mick or Mike. Sometimes he decides to be called Mike, and sometimes Mick.
To me, he's my brother.
What do you call him?
Michael.
Okay.
Well,
Michael Sprigmore.
I call him Mike these days.
Although he's now on Facebook called Sprikel Migmore because he got banned due to various.
He's a troll.
Inappropriate comments.
He's an actual troll. So he joins groups just to stir shit up.
Yeah. He joined the Flat Earth group, didn't he? Who literally believes that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And he'll join memes.
He goes on he used to go on Mumsnet and really stir up the shit, like go on a recipe thread and just proper stir shit up. He's joined a cat group on Facebook and posted a picture of a cat. It's really freaky looking because the eyes are in the ears. So I don't.
Right.
And he just writes cute above it. He's a strange one.
He's funny. He does like a bit of online fun. Well, yeah. Thomas says I can bring stuff.
Amy wants to know more about Proxima.
Okay, sorry. Let's actually focus on the matter in hand.
I don't know the notes.
Okay, I would say, as you say, that is a superbly, almost photorealistic orange grapefruit opening. Yeah. Then what?
To me, it's a very smooth orange without the zesting, sharp or bitterness. It's almost like you've kind of like removed a lot of that. So it's, do you know what I mean? Very smooth, like Tropicana fruit juice. So that's what we were saying. My brother said it smells like umbungo fruit juice. You know, the bungos, dip it in the jungle. That one? Drink. He said it smelled tropical fruits.
Yeah.
To me, yes, I can see that, and I think it's got guava or some. I think it has got some kind of like tropical fruits in it, which makes sense. It does smell a bit like tropical fruit juice, but very, very smooth. I don't get anything.
Stephen Patton says, "Is it a creamsicle orange?"
I guess so. It's it is creamy.
Yeah,
does it smell vanilla-y though?
Not. It's very smooth, and maybe there's enough vanilla to sort of make it not super sharp, but it's not a gourmand.
Take a tropical fruit juice that's more dominant in the orange, but some other tropical aspects of fruit, and put just a dollop of cream, like a small dollop of cream, and stir it in. Not vanilla,
Right.
cream.
Right.
So, you know, like normal
Okay, yeah.
So it's creamy, tropical fruits.
Mm-hmm.
But not zesty, zingy, not bitter, not sharp, not acrid, not...
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do really like it, yeah. It's very photorealistic citrusy, and I think your Artilia Cologne comparison is very good. And I know, actually, although Peter's known for the more exotic scents that he likes...
He does love Pomelo Parody.
Yeah, he's always had a quick... And he even had a brief flirtation with lemon lime from Mancera that he brought. He sort of said it was his scent when he was out in Asia or something, just for a simple citrus.
So this is a million times
So it doesn't surprise me that he might like to do something like that.
From Dendera.
No, yeah.
You got Dendera.
I'm getting the orange from the other side of your hand, so they actually layer very well. I can't comment now. Yes. Sing together now, says ouch.
Right, what song do you want, ouch?
Oh God, are we going to harmonise? You guys have to pick the song.
It's a shame we haven't got Alexa here.
We could.
So Alexa was great the other day.
Oh right.
What song do you want to sing?
Well, maybe the viewers should
tell us what song you want.
Suggest a song if you want us to sing it. There's no orange, it's grapefruit, says Peter.
Peter!
Da, da, da. We were arguing about orange or grapefruit, but...
It smells really orangey, Peter. And smell is in the smell of the beholder.
Oh, right. Sorry about her boldness there, Peter. It's ever so lovely though, isn't it? It's certainly quite sweet as well. A sweet
almost
orange,
like it's sugared. So if it's grapefruit, which I'm guessing you know because you made it, Peter, it feels like you've liquidated some sugar and mixed it in with the grapefruit. A little bit, not too sweet, but just like a little. There's no bitterness, there's no sharpness that you get from grapefruit, I think, anyway.
He says the final version actually uses less grapefruit.
Okay.
I wonder, I mean, if you would like to, PT, perhaps you could mention a few of the other notes, because we're not looking at the... Because obviously there's probably musks and cedarwood, or, you know, there might be lavender, but when you smell things... Excuse me. That was disgusting, sorry. You don't pick up on all that.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
To me, it's really, really smooth. It's because citruses normally are kind of like vibrant, zesty, zingy, sharp, bitter, and to me, it's like smooth. It's like all the lumps and bumps have been removed, all the sharpness has been removed, and it's got creaminess. Creamy.
But it's very, very realistic. I mean, it's almost aldehyde. He says, Peter. Blackcurrant, strawberry, rose, ozone note, sandalwood, iris, jasmine, and musks.
See, when you hear that, you can kind of understand that there is a lot more going on. But when you just smell it and you don't know what's in it, it's a different perception.
Yeah.
But I can
when you don't have
access
access to the notes, you'll come up with a very different description than if you do. Well, the blackcurrant and the strawberry perhaps sort of ties in with us finding it a bit sweet.
Yeah,
doesn't
and
it?
As I said earlier, my brother said it was very tropical.
Umbangos. Probably not what Peter was aiming for, but we don't mean that in a bad way.
Peter, were you inspired by Umbungo?
Perhaps Peter's too young to remember Umbungo. Or
so
he's still out there?
He told us his age in his live stream recently, he's early 30s.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
So did you get Umbungo when you were growing up, Peter?
Yeah.
Do you remember the song?
Thomas is trying to paste the lyrics of the Umbungo advert for us to sing.
Oh, right. Okay,
They drink it in the Congo, isn't it?
Umbungo.
He remembers it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, I think it's a very nice extra fragrance to the other two because it's in such a huge stark contrast. And for me, I love citrus fragrances. I really like it.
Is there ambergris or anything like that? So did he say C notes?
Ozone notes. So there's ozone note, iris, jasmine, and musks.
Smell something that's giving it a bit of fresh air or sea air or something like that. But like small. Excuse me. So we're a bunch of fucking animals.
It's
here.
terrible. Yeah. It could be, well, not quite the most drunken live stream of recent weeks. We're trying to rival that.
No.
Am I not allowed to say that?
No.
I didn't even see this live stream that I'm not mentioning the name of, so I can't be held responsible for it. But, so I'm completely.
I've not seen.
No,
I've
I've
not seen a
it.
lot of the. There's been a few. There's been a few eruptions. What do you call it? Eruptions.
Yes, we'll go with that. Yeah.
There's been a few things. Ripples in Fragcom.
Ripples is a good word. Yeah.
A few ripples in Fragcom, which is not like nipples. It's completely.
No,
removed.
raspberry ripples. Yeah.
Raspberry ripples. No, we can't say that.
No. Oh right, no. Go on. Yeah.
There's been a few ripples in Fragcom, which we're not getting into.
No, we won't. No.
And I've forgotten why we're saying that.
Just because I was saying this might not be the most drunken live stream ever, because this is tame compared to nowadays. It's quite hard to compare.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's been a bit of a theme lately of drunk live streams.
Yes.
In Fragcom, which kind of.
I'm kind of in favour of that.
Yeah, I've done a few.
Yeah.
I did one that was really drunk.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't.
On your own. Yeah.
I shouldn't have done. I did a very drunk live stream because I think I was just craving company.
Oh. Yeah, but.
So I logged on and it was a bit embarrassing, but I left it up. So
You left it up.
I'm not that embarrassed, clearly.
Yeah.
But usually I would rather be like I am now. I've had a couple. I'm definitely not out of control. And
not yet. No.
I'm not going to start talking about people much.
No. We don't tend to get too aggressive when we're drunk.
Neither of us do.
We're
that,
more placid. So
I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a hater.
Yeah. So with the most we would do is just get a bit sort of sloppy in our speech or hiccup and stuff.
Giggling.
Yeah, and it might get a bit pathetic if you were watching it sober.
I just get tired when I'm really drunk. Yeah. My eyes start falling down. Like one eye will start falling down, and I just get tired and kind of smiley.
Right. Arthur Scargill says in all YouTube fragrance reviews. That's how Arthur Scargill spoke, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
Reviews should be filmed with tipsy presenters on inflatable beds. I agree.
Yes.
It should be normal. Yeah. Love it. Salute. Cheers. Yeah. It's definitely very. I think this bed does seem to be losing some air.
What are you saying I'm fat?
No. What?
Is it my weight?
No, I think basically the bed's actually. If you were actually sleeping on this bed, it's fine. But if you sit right on the edge, then it sort of sinks. So.
And like you get up,
Yes, it's not fully hard.
Semi.
Yeah.
Dan's just got.
At our age, we're completely happy. That's as good as we can hope for.
We've got loads of stuff.
At my age, I speak to myself. But perhaps we should talk about fragrances a bit more.
I think we should. Right. So make sure we're not missing anything on the comments.
Yeah, love it. Salute. Cheers. Some of the. Oh no, I'm going to ignore comments which refer to other YouTube reviewers' comments because we were very careful not to be specific.
Yeah.
But I do like to,
You like a bit of.
I do like a bit of Fragcom gossip and a
laugh.
Can't lie.
I like the whole getting the popcorn and.
Yeah, get the popcorn out. Drama's coming.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it funny that in a world of something so strange as liking fragrances, people still manage to have massive arguments.
Yeah.
It's fun. Okay, yeah.
Read the name of that.
2020, the year of the sugar mouse. Okay. This is a 4160 Tuesdays fragrance. Is it the year of the mouse?
It says year of the rat, but translates as mouse in one of the countries.
Okay.
So this is the 15 mil. I got this in the sale. So 4160 Tuesdays had a little bit of a sale.
Outshes, we're going to be on the floor in a minute because we're deflating. Who cares if you're drunk or tipsy? I mean, Claire can just say she viewing Killian vodka on the rocks. Reviewing, I guess he means. And Mitch says, Daniel, will you sell me that Dolce & Gabbana? He wants us to buy the Dolce & Gabbana Italian and the Rive Gauche. I'm not sure if I'm selling them. If I do, I'll give you first refusal, Rich. Yeah.
Richest Mitchus.
Richest Mitchus, yeah.
Right, should we spray this in some
yeah.
paper?
So this is a 4160s. If we put that where
so this
you
is not,
can see it.
I'm all wrapped up in the wire.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
You.
So,
lift your legs up.
yeah, but don't spill my drink because my drink's on the floor. Oh my god, I'm going to do wrong. Yes, so this is not currently available now. So they had it in the sale as like a pre thing. And it will be, I think, available at some point, but currently it's not available. It's called 2020 Year of the Sugar Mouse.
Okay.
EDP.
Do you know anything about what it's supposed to smell like?
No, but I know that my battery's running low.
I'll get a thing.
Have you got an extension lead?
The trouble is, nowadays, that means we have to take the mic out.
Right. Well, that's not so bad, is it?
If it doesn't affect the sound too badly, that's all right. I'll get a lead, yeah?
Okay. We're going to get a lead to
Well, should we let it get a bit lower because it might be all right?
It's only, we've got 20%.
20% lasts quite a while on these phones, yeah.
So 2020 Year of the Sugar Mouse. We don't know the notes.
Oh, we don't know?
Nope.
Okay. That's interesting.
To me, it
you
smells...
might be left on camera on your own.
I'm alright, I can do this, you know.
You're
I'm alright.
a pro, yeah.
I'm alright at this these days.
So I've seen.
2020, the Year of the Sugar Mouse. I don't know the notes, but it definitely has got a sugary aspect, but it's not mega sweet. Smells kind of citrusy. I think there might be mandarin. I could be wrong. And that might be from memory rather than my nose.
Shall I show them the pizza?
Show them the pizza, yeah.
So this was, I got a chicken, spicy chicken type of thing with a lot of, what are those?
You got
peppers?
jalapenos.
That's it, yeah.
You got green peppers or?
Yeah, green peppers, red onions, jalapenos. It's not sponsored. Farmhouse Pizza.
Hashtag not sponsored.
The best
Farmhouse
pizza
Pizza. It's in Lordswood in Chatham.
And Claire got a beef.
It's called a pomodoro. Is it pomodoro?
Very nice.
Pomodoro.
Lovely.
So it's like little bits of beef, and you've got loads of chilli. So all the green bits are chopped up chilies, and I think that's about it, isn't it? And then cheese.
Yeah.
But it is really nice. I normally suffer.
No, don't tell them that.
I won't tell them what I told you.
Do you find it gives you some digestive issues?
I have a certain consequence that will show its face tomorrow.
Oh God!
What?
Do you want a slice?
No, I'm all right. Thanks.
Okay.
So 2020 Year of the Sugar Mouse. I can't wait to get my phone. Has anyone seen my pictures of my my potential chair purchases for my
You've
chair
got
to be
two
filming in?
options, haven't you?
Yeah.
People have been voting.
Yeah, most people are going for the one that was on the right of the picture.
That's
which has
really
got all
nice.
the carving, very elaborate. Oh yeah, we've got comments to look at and stuff.
Exactly, Jim. National Pizza Day is tomorrow.
Oh, we'll have to have pizza again tomorrow then.
Someone MH6 is liking Viking, but they can't detect it like other fragrances. Carry on, sorry.
Okay. Year of the Sugar Mouse. I really don't know the notes. It smells a little bit citrusy, a little bit vanillic and sugary, but it's not exactly like the sexiest scent on the planet. I would say it's maybe ballpark though. Quite like that. You like that? Would you wear that?
It does have a similarity to the sexiest scent on the planet.
Would you wear that? I don't want to knock my drink over. Is it?
It's again reminding me a bit of Pomelo Paradise type of stuff. It's a very fresh citrus, but sort of smooth and a bit sweet. I think Sarah McCartney is not afraid to put a bit of ISO-y super in things, which does make them have a very pleasing sort of musky.
Yeah.
Long-lasting, all things to all people niceness about them, but there's a very nice sort of natural citrus thing about that one, and it does have a sweetness, doesn't it? Yeah.
Definitely has a sweetness, yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's that one. And we also have, so I've got 3 from this house. One called Temptation. Have you got? Got my hands full. Hang on, that's right.
I can do it if you want.
Temptation.
Yes.
So again, another one.
And this is another new one.
Another new one, not available just yet. Not sure if it will be. I like this one. It reminds me of
gourmandish,
white
isn't it?
chocolate. It feels like white chocolate sweets.
That's
chocolate.
a gourmand, I would say.
Yeah.
White chocolate.
So I wore this earlier today. So when I got
really nice,
I got out of the shower and then so I saw the postman and I knew that I was probably going to get a parcel today. But the postman was on the opposite side of the road walking up, and I really needed to get in the shower. You know, you know when you need to get. But I waited because every single time the postman knocks my door, I'm in the shower. So I always open the door in a towel.
I'm sure he enjoys his visit to your house.
He displays a certain humble, embarrassed, slight thing.
I think I've met your postman when I was there. Yeah, it's quite
funny
nice.
little man.
That's not very nice. Funny little man. Yeah, go on.
He's always kind of he's always embarrassed that I've opened the door. I don't know why.
Someone says yummy about the pizza. Someone says yep, the gold chair, lovely. And Sailor Boy says hi guys. Sorry, carry on.
Hello, Sailor Boy.
And Centurion says love your throne. Yes, the right one.
The right
carry
one.
On.
Okay.
Postman,
yeah. I'm gonna go. Yeah. So the right one. The postman.
Yeah. The postman.
Always ends up knocking the door with parcels for me when I'm in the shower. And yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to have to answer the door in a towel. However, I'm not gonna not get my parcels, so it happens. Anyway, I saw him coming today. When I say that, I mean he was walking up the road, and so I decided to delay my shower, and it paid off because I was dressed when the postman knocked, and received these, and I wore this one. So I had my shower, and then I chose to wear this one because this felt like my favourite. Oh,
Where's the story going? What's the point?
I don't even fucking know.
What
do
did
you
the postman
even care? Stuffing pizza in your gob? I don't even know. What I think I'm saying is I quickly smelled them all before I got my shower, and then I decided that this was the one I wanted to wear because it's my favourite.
Okay.
And it smells a bit like white chocolate, but not mega sweet.
It does, yeah.
Not mega sweet.
No, it's got a certain sort of airy.
Very airy, definitely ethereal.
It's not. Yeah.
I really like it.
That's a really nice kind of sugary candy floss, but airy sort of candy floss, which I actually have a real sort of guilty pleasure that I do like, because I like Mukalat by it's not particularly like that, but I do like my gourmand sometimes, and that's a really nice sugary sweet, but not overly in your face sort of smell. It's very
that.
Simple.
Yeah. No, apparently
it's like a marshmallow or something.
Yes, I thought the same actually.
It's a bit like the Listi
Kai's di marshmallow. Similar, but not quite as sweet as that.
Reminds me of that.
Honestly, I promise you, I thought the same today.
It smells like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, it's an accord, so it's not a whole perfume.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
She does that now and again, doesn't she?
It was like not like a.
Just before we lose the comment, Sailor Boy says, "What do you think of Stephen reviewing his own fragrance?" Which we'll answer in a moment. Carry on.
Yeah, so I don't think it's I think it was like a mod or something that didn't make it. It was.
Okay.
But not a whole fragrance, but
it's
even
sort of
so,
an accord. But
I
often
really
that's
like it.
Yeah, they're as good as anything, aren't they?
I really like it, and I would definitely also be able to layer it, like you can with the sexiest scent.
Yeah, or if it would be a really good fragrance on your day when you didn't feel like putting too much thought into your fragrance and you just want to smell nice for work or something. It's really, really nice. Bit
sweet.
You could wear that in summer, couldn't you? It'd be fine because it's not sort of gloopy. It's very pleasant. Yeah. I like that.
I like that one a lot.
I know
musky.
4160 sort of they seem to sort of only appeal to some people, and then a lot of people completely ignore them and don't talk about them very much. So they're an interesting brand.
They've got a massive following and a loyal following.
Yeah.
So when you're into the house, you tend to end up buying most of what they do, or certainly getting samples.
A lot of people, but I get the feeling. Don't know if I can say this, but it seems to be more female.
I would say,
customers.
I think Sarah probably, she has her own favourite notes, favourite ingredients, and they probably lean more feminine. So
right.
she loves her raspberry ketone, she loves her violets. So a lot of the things that she loves are leaning probably more feminine. But there are definitely some masculine offerings, but I would say that 80% would, for the average everyday consumer, lean a bit more feminine than masculine, but some of them are more interesting.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I've certainly smelt a few that are. I mean, all fragrances can be worn by anyone.
Definitely more.
Yeah,
masculine.
but I think the brand, it's got a sort of a following, definitely amongst more of the sort of. It hasn't broken through to, not they probably don't want to, but they're not like one that gets talked about on the YouTube men fragrance channels at all, are they? But a lot of the people like yourself,
it's got a loyal following from probably more females than men.
Yeah. But they're really, really nice. And I had the pleasure to meet Sarah McCartney a couple of years ago at an awards ceremony, and she's very, very charming and intelligent.
Super intelligent, informative,
charismatic, actually.
Lots
and I really like a lot of her fragrances.
Stories. She knows. Oh, she's met Roger Dove. She's got really great fragrance stories.
Yeah. So somebody said, "What do you think about Stephen reviewing his own fragrance?" Well, we're meeting Stephen next week, so therefore we're not going to say anything bad.
Frankly, if the fragrance that I'm working on, if it was to come out, which I don't think it's going to now, I don't know if I told you this. We've come up with some problems. So
I didn't know.
One of our key ingredients is completely changed in profile, so we can't get the original Hey Absolute that was in the initial mods. And the new one is gorgeous. It's rich. It's very sweet, but it's completely different, and it changes the whole profile of the scent. Right. So it may well be that we can't actually go ahead with it.
Greg says, "Where's my invite?"
To
presumably to meet. Sorry.
Stephen.
Yeah, maybe. Think so. Is he invited?
Your name's not on the list.
No, you are. Totally invited.
You're the one who's spoken to Stephen.
You are totally invited, Greg. Yes. So I bet you won't come now, but yeah, definitely. I think. Carry on. Sorry, what were you saying? Yes. Your note, the hay note.
Yes, the fragrance
you can't use it.
Yeah, the hay.
Yeah, so that's frustrating.
The hay Absolute is changed completely in profile, and it's changed the whole composition.
Right.
And we may well not be able to go ahead.
Because you can't get the old one.
Yeah, the old one's gone. It's done. It's still hay Absolute, but it's not. It's just completely different. And it's a gorgeous material. It's absolutely stunning. But it's richer, it's sweeter, and it's completely different. Changed the whole colour of the fragrance. Gone from being like really pale to dark, golden.
Right.
But so the whole thing would need to be reformulated
to accommodate that and make it different.
Because the hay is now so rich and sweet, and so we have some other logistical problems.
Right.
We may not be able to go ahead at all with the perfume. But what I was going to say is that I would absolutely review my own fragrance.
Right. Greg is laughing and says he's hurt now, but you are invited, Greg. Honestly, call your bluff, because I bet you won't come, but you are invited. It's Saturday the 15th of February, next weekend, right? London, don't know where. Hey now, don't dream it's over, says Rich.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
But so what does this mean? It's on hold, or you're rethinking the whole formula?
We might not be able to do it.
Oh, you can't quit though.
No. It's not the way quitting. Okay. It's just that there are other logistical things that, basically, I don't want to give too much away.
No, okay.
But basically, my perfume is actually moving abroad.
What?
The perfume.
She is right.
Yeah. So because she's moving away. that means that she wouldn't be able to send me mods from the country that she's going to be living in. So it may well be that we simply can't move forward. So yeah, it's a shame, but you can't put something out that you're not 100% behind, you know, and it's obviously me and the perfume.
Good night, says Thomas. Good night, Thomas.
Night, Tommy.
Next time then, we want you here. It's not far from Hendon.
No.
I'll pick you up. Oh, I've said that now. If worst comes to worst, I'll pick you up. It's not that far because I'm probably visiting my mum.
Yeah, do that.
I'm not a million miles away.
Let's do this. Dan will pick you up, Thomas.
Yeah.
Bring you down, and we will do a live.
It's doable.
Stream.
He's only in Hendon.
Yeah. And we'll go out to the pub and stuff, and yeah. And Thomas has got friends in Gillingham anyway. He's got friends around here, so you could maybe kill two birds with one stone.
Exactly. Right.
Oh. Right, I've got one more for 160. Shall we smell that?
Yep.
This one's called White Princess. Have you got a strip?
Yes.
White Princess, people.
There were loads in it.
What are they? Right?
I think that might have.
Am I sitting on?
Is that clean? I think that's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very professional here, isn't it? Yeah.
White Princess.
White Princess by 4160 Tuesday. It's a great fragrance. Rate our drunkenness from 1 to 10, please. I don't think. Are we too bad? I don't know. We're not too bad, are we?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
Are we?
Still just about coherent.
We're fine.
Sometimes you're not as coherent as you think when you watch it back. Do you find that?
Yeah, you notice the lip slurs.
You thought you were just having a good time. Oh, crikey, that's different. Okay.
Crikey.
Again, it's sort of fresh. Lime or green or...
I feel like it's a bit coconutty.
Oh, okay.
Woodsy.
Yeah. Virgin Island water. Sort of a bit of Virgin Island water.
So there's one called White Queen.
Right.
And this is it's a mod from that.
Oh, okay.
So it has some shared notes.
That's lovely. Yeah, lime and coconut. I get.
You get the lime and the coconut.
I do think that's lovely.
Yes, it is kind of limey, which I never thought of before. But yes, limey, woodsy. It's almost like coconut husk. So it's not like you're smelling the inside of a coconut or a very sweet coconut cocktail. To me, it's like woodsy coconut, but outside of the coconut.
Fresh.
Yeah.
To me, yeah.
Maybe the tiniest touch of something like vanilla and cream.
Almost the sugary sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's sugar around the edge of the glass of the coconut.
But
drink.
reasonably fresh and sort of natural smelling. It's not full on. It's gourmand, but
it is a bit gourmandish as well, though. Yeah.
It's not like full on overly sweet and synthetic sweet gourmand, is it? I don't think.
No, because I definitely got my first thing was a limey freshness, but there is definitely a coconutty kind of sweetness. It's very nice. That what's it called? Sorry,
White Princess.
White Princess. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't really know much. Is it a bit smoky? Is there a tiny hint of smoke? I can imagine incense lit in the distance and you just catch it on the breeze.
Yeah, that's what you mean, yeah. Really nice that, lovely. And these are 3 new ones that they've released,
yeah? Yeah, so they're...
And do you know how much they cost?
I don't think you can even buy them at the moment.
Well, that's
so
no good to anyone, is it?
Oh, fuck off. Back off.
What's the... You're going to bust me off this, Belle.
They will be at some point available.
Right. Okay, no, they're fine. I'm sure they will.
For now, they're kind of like pre. So they were.
Christy says it would be. She wants that for holiday, which it would be a good.
Oh
holiday,
yeah, it would be really good for holiday. I think they will be at some point available. It's just that what they did with the sale is rather than them trying to sell off stuff they can't sell, they actually sold off stuff to top fans who interested. In things that will be coming out.
Yeah, okay,
so you get to try them cheaper. You get to try them cheaper in the sale, and then they'll come out later at full price.
Oh, okay.
So,
no, that's really good.
yeah.
And they're well priced, aren't they? Generally,
I think
for what they are, they're really good.
generally speaking, they're one of the cheaper niche options.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can get samples, and the fact that you can join the group for 160 Tuesdays news, we're now down to 10%.
Oh, quite key.
Quite. For 160 Tuesdays news, if you join the Facebook group, you'll find out about all the stuff. There's always something going on. There's always something. So it's worth joining if you're interested.
They're quite dynamic brand, aren't they? Because there's always Facebook announcements and special sales and kind of.
Or
they like raffle off
crowdfunding,
they do.
Or working with other brands from different genres.
They're very very good. And Sarah McCartney did one of the zoologists, didn't she?
Yes, she did macaque.
So I mean,
what's funny about that?
Nothing. So I think that they are very, very interesting and unique brand with their own identity. They got these the bottles with the sort of Art Nouveau stroke 60s chic type design. Simple but very good.
And the fact
I rather like it.
Don't you like that you can get 15 mils?
Yeah.
Like, how nice is that?
That's very good, because from their point of view, that's quite generous of them, because a lot of the things that are annoying and expensive for them, such as making the bottle, sending it out, are still the same for 15 mil. So they're probably not making much profit on it. So it's very kind. Yeah. So I think that that's absolutely to their credit. And I kind of like their sort of whole ethos and the minutes, almost a bit minimalist boxes and stuff, but they still have a very nice design aesthetic that's really good.
Yeah.
So I think they're really good. Yeah.
Do you want to smell the Centurion stuff?
Yes. What did he send?
So these are the ones he sent me. So Scott from the channel Centaurian, he sent me some Molinards.
Somebody said just ordered the sample sent from Lucky Scents. Is that could be 460? Don't know. Try and keep up the comments. Sorry. Carry on.
So a while ago I did a live stream, and Scott from Centurion said.
Scott from the Centurion,
said that he's scent of the night was Molinards Umbra. Ombre.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
And I said I've not tried it, and he got in touch and said, "Do you want me to send you some?" So we have Molinards Ombre.
Okay.
Here he sent me some, and he's also sent me some other Molinards, as well as very Valentino Pour Homme Eau de Toilette sample, which I think is discontinued. Is that right?
Yeah. So I was just looking at his channel. Yep. Sorry. Yep.
And you've got a bottle of that. You said.
Which one?
Very
Valentino is an absolute classic. So I totally agree with
Have you got more paper?
the Centurion. Yeah. That is a superb fragrance. Yeah. I think I better just snip a few more up. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dan's going to cut up some more paper. He's very professional here, and
we must order some strips, mustn't we?
I'd like to get some like custom ones.
Yeah. The
But
thing is,
there's no need for it.
Well, I mean, it's nice to have actual nice ones, but the fact that it has a logo doesn't really come across very well on YouTube anyway.
No,
so there's no massive point in doing that. But I have been known to grab a handful of Chanel ones.
Yeah, I nick them.
I don't feel good about that.
I nick them a lot off of retail shops. Yeah.
People used to comment like your food test strips in your video.
Yeah.
That's how I stopped.
Rich Mitch says Molinard is shockingly underrated.
Oh, right.
And Jim says very well priced.
Oh.
Rich Mitch says Valentino Vendetta is gorgeous.
Yes, I have that one, Rich Mitch. So I think Rich Mitch shares my love of old school.
Yeah.
That's a 1991, very leathery, and I love the name Vendetta for fragrance. I mean, it's very great. So yeah, Vendetta is really good. Maybe I'll do that with Small Toe.
Yeah, okay.
He wants to hear about Small, and they're from a similar era.
Rich says pinch strips from the shop. That's what we do. I actually had a dream once that I was stealing strips from a shop and got caught, which is stupid because it's like paper. So this is Molinard's Ombre thank you to Scott from the channel Centaurian. So if you don't follow Scott, maybe go check him out, see what you think. He's a fellow Brit. Oh, that's really nice. So this is immediately reminding me of a fragrance by Evody called, I think it's also Amber Intense. So it's quite a sweet, certainly in the opening, quite a sweet amber. It's very much like Amber Intense from Evody. I really like that. So it's got a freshness to it. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a hint of some bergamot or citruses here. Also feels a little bit like there's iris. So there's that kind of powdery irisy thing. But for the most part, it's a sweet but light amber. This is really nice, Dan. Try it.
Uh-huh. Zoopy says, still going. Are you drunk yet, Claire?
Sober as a fucking judge.
She's actually been drinking very slowly, haven't you?
Yeah, very weak drinks.
Is that because you had a bit much last night?
I had too much last night, so I'm calming it down.
I'm a bit pissed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, tipsy, yeah.
Yeah, that's alright.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, what's that? That's
this is Molinard's Umbra. So these ones are reasonably priced, I agree.
Okay.
Really nice, actually. I really like that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh, thank you, Scott, for sending this in. I don't know if you're watching anymore, but
appreciate it.
Hopefully you'll watch it back. I think we've been going on for like 5 hours now, have we?
1 hour 30.
Time
or is that 130 minutes? It might. No, I think it's 130 minutes.
I feel like we've been going on for longer. Yeah.
Could be a long time.
That's so far.
Do you want me to plug in the power thing?
Yeah, you're going to need to, I think, or we're going to have to say goodbye.
Okay. Oh, I just wonder what happens when you unplug the mic and then plug in the power
Right, so
thing.
we're going to do a test. If we
Tell us what happens.
we're unplugging the mic so that we can plug in the power, that might fuck things up. If it does, we're sorry. Summarise. Yeah. If it does, we're very sorry.
It might make the whole
it might
thing
be
go
a
off.
premature emasculation. No, what's it called?
Yes,
Premature
climax.
evacuation.
Yeah, we'll put it that way.
It could be a premature evacuation.
So we're now taking out the plug-in mic to the phone.
Plug in, baby.
Because unfortunately, on new phones, they only have one thing, and it's for power and the mic too. But we're going to run out of power. There's only one hole. So that's a design flaw.
Careful you don't fuck.
Yeah?
Mess up the thing.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
My plug-in, baby.
So now, just let us know if you can still hear
I
us.
can see us, but I don't suppose.
It shouldn't get significantly quieter, but we may have to move it because we're plugging it into the laptop where the power is going to come from. Okay?
This is all getting very complicated.
So can you still hear us?
How is our sound?
There just might be a minorly less good sound quality. That's all. Trust this computer. Oh, Christ. No, what's your...
Cancel that. There we go. I think we're okay.
Okay. Hopefully, if we're all right, we're all right. Yep.
How are we? Can you still hear us? Hear us?
I think we're okay. But don't you think it's bad on the new phones that you've only got one thing and it's the same thing where you plug your headphones that you power it? So what if you wanted to have it plugged into power and listen to the headphones at the same time? Can't do it.
Fucked.
Yeah, I think
rubber
you've
duck.
summed it up, yeah. Right.
So, Molinard, Amber.
Louder, actually, they said. Oh, Christ. So much for our microphone.
Is it louder?
Fuck. Okay, right.
Don't swear.
That's your job.
So that was...
Is the angle all right?
Angle of the dangle. Yes. Yeah, I think... Is that okay?
Yeah.
So, Molinard, Amber.
No, sorry.
Scott sent us that. We like it very much.
Yeah, really good actually. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I didn't know much about that one. Yeah.
No, I've not really tried much from Molinard.
No,
so should we try the other Molinards?
Yeah, that would be good.
Queer. Molinard Queer.
Mhm.
We've got a strip.
Mhm.
So.
Well, he says yes, but.
Queer as in leather. Oh, here they are.
That's French for leather, right? Oh, right.
Queer is French for leather. I think we all know that. Let's see what happens. The problem is the laptop's over there now. We can't read the comments. Can you see the comments?
Yep. On the laptop, I can see them. So Zoopy says Claire at random.
Claire at random. Are you calling?
How's life up in Liverpool, Zoopy?
Are you calling me?
No, I don't think you meant that. How's life up in Merseyside, Zoopy? Because I know you've moved up there, by the way.
I don't like that.
Please let us know.
Queer.
Oh, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Don't call me that. Okay. Oh, that's nice. No, you don't.
No, but I don't like leather, do I?
It's boozy leather. Yes, nice. Oh God, yeah. Yes. Very good, thanks,
You like
says
that?
Zoopy. Yep. I like that. It's like leather boots that someone spilled cognac on.
Yeah.
Napoleon's boots or something. Oh, that's really good. What's it called?
Queer.
Just queer. Okay.
Queer.
Meaning leather, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it.
Molinard, queer.
Yeah, it's like a Bentley Intense sort of ballpark.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, that was.
Which you hate, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Let's give it
We have different tastes, don't we, Claire?
Yeah. The leather's quite intense. Maybe not quite as intense as Tuscan leather, but almost as intense as in Tuscan leather.
Rich Mitch says he gets a shandy vibe from queer. And Zoopy says we have a lovely house. So that's good. What bit of, you don't have to tell us the street name. But
What's your address, Zoopy?
What bit of, I think it's Liverpool where you're living, which just out of interest.
Liverpool.
Are you near the middle of it or?
I really like Liverpool. Really good music scene. Okay, I don't like that. So
I really like that. Interesting.
yeah. You
Okay.
can have that.
Difference of opinion there.
So that's queer.
Okay.
Queer. And we've got one more Molinard.
Huyton, Huyton is where Zoopy is.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that. I know we've still got 2 Molinards. Patchouli.
Robert Crawford says, I've only went away for 30 minutes and now Claire, or how is Claire looking so pissed, lol. But you don't...
Am I?
Well, maybe we are more than we think, yeah. If they're completely sober, you must remember how much people who are a bit tipsy seem quite drunk, don't they?
Yeah, true.
When you're completely sober.
Right, so we've got Patchouli by Molinard.
Huyton is the correct pronunciation of the part of Liverpool where Zoopy is living. Good for you, and well done for making the leap up there.
I think you got a lift.
No, I know you didn't literally leap up there, but metaphorically.
Oh, this is actually for a patchouli fragrance called Patchouli Intense, which I should intensely hate. This is really nice. Coromandel, but with more going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very patchouli heavy though. I'm surprised you like that.
Yeah, I know.
Is Coromandel quite heavy on patchouli?
Yeah.
But why do you like that then?
I don't know.
So you don't necessarily dislike
I don't
patchouli.
hate all patchouli. Okay. I just hate it.
That's good.
I hate it more often than I like it. But,
that's really nice. Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it. Patchouli Intense.
Okay. And it's by Molinard.
Yeah.
Right.
What do we get from that though?
I mainly just got patchouli from that.
Is it it's a bit chocolatey though. It's quite a sweet patchouli, isn't it?
Yeah. Which
might explain why I like it.
It's not sort of a 70s Givenchy gentleman
No,
patchouli.
it doesn't feel like
Oh, it's nice.
very masculine.
Shall I get you a patchouli that you don't like?
Yeah,
Just
that'll be fun.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you dislike it.
Compare and contrast. Yeah. So I wouldn't wear it because it's patchouli, but there's a lot of patchouli, but it feels like there's a lift in here. It feels like there's some citruses giving it a little boost, and it's a bit sweet. It feels a little bit chocolatey. Also reminds me of Caron fragrance, which not everyone's going to know. Caron, I think it's called Accord 119, which I actually quite like for quite a strong patchouli fragrance. So if someone was wearing that around me, I would enjoy it, but I wouldn't choose to wear it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Fair enough. Okay.
Hairy muff.
So
let's try this.
So in contrast, here's a sort of more old-fashioned patchouli fragrance, and this is my vintage bottle. And look at that packaging of Givenchy Gentleman.
Actually, kind of reminds me a little bit of the.
Yes, yeah.
It's like.
But this is sort of the non-retro ironic. This is like when they were just doing that. And it stayed like that into the 90s, and then obviously they decided that was too old-fashioned. But so Givenchy Gentleman, I think it's a 90s bottle that I've got here. And well, it's interesting because it's from Harrods, and 100ml was 32 quid.
Yeah.
So if you work out the value for money, that was a long time ago probably. And it's like that. So it's very heavy on patchouli, and there are other notes, of course, leather. Don't know, maybe you might say you like it now, but I think in the past you've said
it's been a while since I smelt it.
Your thing. Oh, wow, yeah, it's good, man. That is good.
Whoa.
That is good stuff.
Whoa there, mama.
Givenchy Gentleman.
So this is completely different because it's not as sweet as that.
But do you pick up on patchouli? I do.
I think so. Yes, but it's completely different. This has got. It's more grounded. It's more earthy. It's more. But there's citruses lifting it up a little bit.
Yeah, it does have a lemony sort of honey and lemon. I get cinnamon. There's also civet musk.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah, I can see that it's got that slightly animalic fleshy vibe.
That's disgusting. Sorry.
This is a drinking thing.
We must stop.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Mineral, earthy. Actually, I don't hate that. Did I hate that? Have I hated that?
I don't think it was something you particularly loved. No.
Oh.
You may not have said you hated it, but I don't think you were over
I'm never going to love it.
No.
Because it's not sweet enough for me.
Yeah. It's alright, isn't it?
Robert says Claire's looking a bit flushed
That's
about
not
the cheeks.
very nice, is it?
Has her HRT patch fell off?
They're getting a bit cheeky now, the viewers, aren't they?
It's because I'm allergic to this.
They're getting a bit cheeky, the viewers, tonight.
They
But
are.
I guess that's what you've got. You do invite that if you have a tipsy live stream.
They're a cheeky bunch.
Yeah, we do invite that. Yeah.
I can kind of see. Is this one leathery?
Yeah, no, it's got a rather Russian leather, isn't it? It's got a lot of leather in it, yeah.
And it's, I would say, quite a lot of labdanum as well.
Okay, could well be, yeah. I don't know that that's listed as a note, but yeah. Yeah. Labdanum being a sort of incensey type note.
It's a rich. So it's in Chypre palatin. If you get to the bit to the dry down, you know how it gets really rich and sticky and sweet.
Okay, yeah.
This isn't sticky and sweet, but it feels like it's got that similar thing. Like it feels like it's got some kind of like sticky, not sticky, but thick resins.
Yes, it is very gloopy and sticky sort of smell. I mean, to me, this is a real interesting fragrance. This was my dad's fragrance when I was growing up. So to me, weirdly, that was my introduction to what an aftershave kind of smelled like. And so I'm not going to say that I totally love it, but I think it's interesting. And the ingredients on the back is just alcohol. You know, now you have a million ingredients. There's so many things about it that are so different. It's kind of fun,
Yeah, so IFRA rules is you have to list all the allergens.
Coumarin and limonol.
I guess
and all that,
maybe didn't have to at that point.
No.
So
fun.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that was but we both enjoyed the Moulinard Patchouli Intense.
Yeah.
DJ, whose name is Jim. Apparently. Fougere L'Aube, if you ask me, and other people have said it smells a lot like Green Irish Tweed by Creed with a hint of Silver Mountain water.
Oh, okay.
That's what a lot of people have said, Jim.
Sounds like shit then.
Yeah. You don't mind Green Irish Tweed,
No offence, Jimbo. Or Dan. But yeah, doesn't sound like my thing. Right, so I think we've got one more Moulinard that Scott sent us. So, shall we smell it?
Dan, how have you smelled Coriolan? That is a Galan that I have not smelled. I know Greg recently picked up a vintage bottle, so I'm interested to try it. I'm just going to sort of move them, just to show that we're on a bed. It's quite fun, isn't it? I don't know why I'm doing this. This is like
Just relax, Dan. This is what these live streams are all about. Just chill. If you want to lay down,
but
lay down.
It's quite comfortable there. Yeah, I must say.
So we are now smelling vanille patchouli. So this is vanilla and patchouli, funnily enough. Another Molinard, and I can already smell in the air the vanilla is really quite strong and noticeable. So this is a kind of vanilla that I would expect in a gourmand. It's very cake batter. Tell me if you agree. You can probably smell it in the air. This is cake batter vanilla. This is not a Guerlain exclusive posh vanilla. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Very sweet.
It's really nice.
Gourmand vanilla. Really nice.
I see what you mean about cake batter. Yeah. Yeah. It's very
but
edible. What's it called?
Vanille patchouli.
Oh, okay.
Or similar.
Right.
So you can smell the patchouli as well.
Yep.
It's like you've taken 50% of the patchouli intense that we were smelling. I think it was patchouli intense.
Yes.
And added cake batter vanilla.
Right. Yeah. I can see what you mean. Yeah. That's really likeable. Real crap. Yeah, there is a patchouli. Yeah, you do get the patchouli, don't you?
Yeah.
Patchouli and vanilla. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
I haven't really tried much Molinard.
I've not really tried them.
They're
all
right.
no.
Yeah. How much do they cost? You know,
I'm not sure.
They're
affordable. They're not high.
They're niche, but
I think they're low end niche because they're like Fragonard or French.
Yeah.
Based in the south of France, grass.
Sometimes they're not outrageously.
Not ridiculously expensive at all. Quite easily accessible. That's probably too sweet on the vanilla for me.
Somebody has just said Molinard are 30 quid on All Beauty. Rich Mitch.
Yeah.
Really?
Bargain.
If that's the truth, I might have to buy some of these. These are really good.
Lolani.
I might have to go on.
Saying, did I just see Hershey take a gulp from a cartoonishly oversized wine glass?
We should clarify that situation.
Yes.
But it is vodka and Diet Coke or Pepsi Max.
Yeah, it's not wine.
And it's very weak. So
it's quite weak because I had too much last night.
Yes. So
I'm keeping it weak tonight.
Yes, it's not a half pint glass of Argentinian Malbec or whatever.
No. That's about as much vodka as I would have, and then the rest would be Diet Coke. It's
Claire
very,
doesn't
very
actually
weak.
Smash back that many drinks in a session.
Yeah.
Normally on these chats.
Indoors.
Yeah.
Indoors in my house or visiting you. Yeah. I'm not drinking loads and loads.
Very sensible, yeah. But do you like the glass that Claire's got? I guess so. It's a flamingo glass.
So Dan picked that out for me to drink when I come to visit, which I think is really nice because he knows I like flamingos. So that's cool.
I knew that would be.
I'd be happy with that.
A good choice.
Yeah.
So, how are we doing? Yeah, I find drinking the alcohol dulls the senses. Yep. You noticed that?
It definitely dulls my intellect.
Yeah, it doesn't massively dull your smell.
No, I don't think it doesn't dull my smell sense.
No, maybe your ability to
It dulls my ability to speak.
No, but only after a while. Yeah. How are we doing? What do you reckon?
What you want to quit?
Oh no, we don't have to. I don't mind. We keep going.
What have we got left to smell? So we've done most of what Centaurian sent us.
Thank you, Centaurian. Yeah.
Do you want to do these ones?
Yeah, why not? Should we do the Miguel Matos? Okay, so these are a bit of a tricky one because I wasn't sure how to approach this. So Miguel Matos, of course, is one of the big, as I'm sure many of you, but perhaps not all of you know who are watching, is a hugely respected writer on Fragrantica. So somebody well known for his expertise on fragrances, and of course he's got his own fragrance line now, Miguel Matos perfumes.
Yeah.
But it turns out he has also been the perfumer for some fragrances for Horai. Now he was explaining to me the story that he originally composed some fragrances which were going to be perfumes, but the company eventually decided first of all to release room sprays. So in the end, we have a Miguel Matos 100ml room spray, one of which is called Vintage Lavender, and the one that Claire's got is called
In the Forest.
So we have 2 room sprays that he assures me are the same thing that would have been released as a normal perfume, to, like an eau de cologne strength, he said. So I guess maybe 10% or so,
10%
a
or less,
week,
yeah.
10% or less kind of concentration. So basically you can spray them on yourself, but it's a little bit of a ambiguous thing because they're room sprays. So 30 quid for your 100ml-ish, I think.
Yeah.
Very potent, aren't they?
Yeah, so we smelled
Did
these
you want a
earlier.
refill of your glass?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So I'll leave you to describe the fragrances because I don't know what to say.
Escape at the right moment.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
So I don't know what the notes are in these. I've never seen or heard of them before. But we did smell them earlier, and
do you want? You've just about got enough for
yeah,
one more.
just make me one more. Maybe make this last one a bit stronger if you want.
Fair enough. Famous last words.
Yeah. So vintage lavender. I was thinking, oh, okay, it's just going to smell like lavender, and I was really surprised when I sprayed it because it smelled to me very violety, which I love, and irisy. So I'm guessing there's lots of ionones, which is what's responsible. Really irisy, actually. I just sprayed it now. Powdery iris. Almost virgin musty. Dior Homme Intense vibes.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
This
smell
is,
that
sorry,
now.
which one?
Smell it now. Vintage lavender.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's really irisy.
You're right.
Powdery. Fresh, laundry, powdery, clean.
Very, yeah. Which is really nice to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Dior-esque. But doesn't just smell like Dior.
No.
Actually, you pick up. It's more that than the lavender in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, the lavender's there, but I would say the iris is dominant at the moment. But there is this funky. There's something funky in there. There's an animal note.
Right.
Do you get
I
it?
like the bottles actually.
Yeah, they're
I think
nice,
they're really good fun.
There's a really funky, the same note that's in Jicky. Do you remember when you tried Jicky on your skin?
Yeah.
Going back a while now, Dan likes Jicky from Galan. So
well, I kind of like the idea of it.
You
I like
smelled
the idea
it,
of it.
you thought, I'll try it on your skin. Try it on the skin.
Yeah.
And then it went baby nappy.
It did go a bit poopy, nappy.
I'm getting baby nappy, Jicky baby nappy from that.
Yeah, a hint of that,
Yeah.
But that maybe wouldn't surprise me because
it's Miguel.
he's a serious.
So he loves his animalics.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm getting.
It's fun for a room spray though, isn't it? Yeah. But no, but I think it would work.
Just change the baby's nappy and then sprayed loads of lavender and iris to cover it up.
I can see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, really. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, for something that's marketed as a room spray, it's very niche.
Because normally, when you have an air freshener, it's always clean smells,
yeah, of course,
isn't it? It's like citruses, laundry masks.
Yeah.
That is...
Lavender, obviously, is always a good, for thousands or hundreds of years that's been used to cover up bad smells.
Lavender also has, what do you call it? Antibacterial properties.
Yes, yeah. Lepers in the old days used to have lavender around them because they kind of smelt so badly of rotting flesh. Nice. So I'm just saying it's an ancient way of masking bad smells. It's lavender.
So it makes sense that most of us do have that in our scent memory as air fresheners and cleaners and stuff.
But
it can ruin a fragrance because you've got that.
Not everybody thinks that's a classy smell. Therefore, what's going on over there?
The kettle.
I'll just
wow,
check.
That's strong. Have you run out of Diet Coke?
Oh right. No,
that's
really strong. A lot of vodka in it. You said to put a bit more in. Sorry.
I did.
Do you want me to?
No, it's all right.
Do you want me to get some more Diet Coke?
No,
it won't take a moment.
Right. No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy to pop to the garage. It's literally 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I might. Yeah.
Shall I do that?
No, it's fine.
No, I'll be back. Come on then. What's this noise? Oh, you know what it is? It's the Pepsi bottle.
Right.
Had the lid. You know when
slightly
you
on, slightly off. Yeah.
I'll pop to the shop.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because then we can
so
dilute
we'll keep
that.
going.
Otherwise, you're on for like 2 minutes on your own.
But I need a wee.
Well,
Now what's
go to the loo first, and then I'll go.
I'm going to wet your bed.
Bloody hell. That's the other channel. Right, okay. Well, you go to the loo, I'll sit here, and then when you come back, I'll pop to the garage. Okay. Unless you want to stop.
No, you're fine.
How are we doing for viewers?
Oh, we still got people watching?
If we've got enough people to justify
Rich doesn't want us to stop.
Right, well, we'll carry on going.
Rich says don't stop.
Get me some crisps.
This class.
Okay.
More crisps.
I'll buy crisps if you want, but I can't buy Rich crisps because he's in not Birmingham, Newcastle.
You can send them to him.
You probably can do that on Just Eat or something.
I bet actually you can. Or if you like,
I
say,
bet you could now,
Rich, if you go to Wetherspoons and tell us what table number you're at, I bet we can send you.
They do that, don't they? Yeah, but I've heard people got sent like £1,000 worth of free drinks on a live stream at Wetherspoons.
Really?
The pub couldn't keep up. Yeah.
Fucking hell. We need to go to Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
Tell people our table
Yeah.
number.
You can do that.
We'll just promise to eat whatever you send us and drink whatever you send us. That would get messy very quickly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd feel kind of weird about doing that, but you could do that.
Like, imagine you say, like, here's our table number,
and
they're like this, but I'm so fussy that I wouldn't want to actually do that.
Don't send anything with pasta or
fish. Don't eat fish. Don't eat pasta. Don't eat mushrooms.
I need to eat cheese.
Don't eat weird veg like aubergines.
No. Fish, forget it.
Don't send me aubergines. But I'm a fan of the aubergine emoji. Anyway, I'm going to go do a wee.
Okay. You go to the loo.
Oh, I've got some. I've got these. So Paco Rabanne, I've got a high.
I'm going to do a vintage invasion while you're gone or something. Okay, right. Go on. Yeah, what have they got?
Paco Rabanne are doing a high end.
Don't make me laugh.
Shut up. In Selfridges, Paco Rabanne, high end fragrances in foil. But they're not even real bottles. They're made of foil. They're squishy.
Guys, discuss this. Paco Rabanne, and they're called what? Crazy Me and Strong Me. Gordon Bennett. Right, so Paco Rabanne, what, they're trying to have a niche line.
It's like buying a drink or food.
Oh, okay.
Foil squishy packs.
Alright, well, maybe we'll try them. So, we have Strong Me from Paco Rabanne, and we have Crazy Me from Paco Rabanne. So does anyone else know about these? Because this is news to me. Robert Crawford has said Paco Rabanne Porom or Chorus when you were younger. Exactly. Dan, I reckon you'd love Coriolan. Get Gruggy to give you a whiff. I think he was rather taken with it, and he was really pleased to get it, Rich. So, yeah, it sounds like my street. Waterbed, yeah. So, I'll unwrap these. Yes, I'll unwrap the Paco Rabanne. So, I mean, this, if ever there was a company where it's stretching it to have a sort of high-end line, no offence to Paco Rabanne, then it was Paco Rabanne. I'm a huge fan actually of the original Paco Rabanne Porom. I also really enjoy Paco Rabanne Sport, or Sport de Paco Rabanne from 1986. Completely the opposite kind of thing to what Claire likes, but really nice fougere fragrance with a kind of limey twist, but as sports fragrances go, not anything like what we are used to. Ugoi 03 tried the Milano Cento EDP, reminded you a lot of Paco Rabanne Porom, which I can understand. Rich Mitch, you've got the O flanker of Paco Rabanne. I have tried that and it's very, very good actually. Quite different, quite a sort of sporty, citrusy fragrance, but very different to a lot of stuff out there. So it's really good actually, the Paco Rabanne O. Quite hard to come by actually. Salty, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. I can see where you could, yes, melon, salty, watermelon, even almost cucumber-esque vibes in that one. Very fresh, very different, kind of early 2000s, 2002, already smells like something you probably wouldn't expect to smell from anyone these days, but yeah, interesting fragrance, definitely, absolutely for sure. So Crazy Me, I'm going to spray here. Crazy me. I don't know anything about this one. 2003, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, around about then, yeah. It's nice, Paco Rabanne O. Crazy, crazy you, he says. Okay, that seems like a fresh fragrance to me. It's citrusy, musky, kind of. That's very pleasant, actually. I would call that sort of citrus musk combination. Very, very clean smelling, very crisp. It's not terribly exciting, but it's all right. Crazy me, yeah. Okay, let's try. Was that Crazy Me? I hope so, yeah. And Strong Me is the other one, so let's try that. Okay, Strong Me is much more gourmandish, sweet, sort of leathery amber. Weirdly reminds me a bit of 1 Million. Doesn't smell like a massively high-end fragrance. It's quite nice, but yeah, it's kind of a gourmand. It's a bit like the what's that one by Ferragamo Uomo, the tiramisu toffee kind of smell. Yeah, it's all right, but yeah, and yeah, Crazy Me, probably more the feminine one, I guess. It's a little bit floral actually now that you mention it. Yeah, but both just okay, not too exciting. We'll see what Claire thinks of those. I think I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have thought they're not going to be thrilling to anybody.
I did smell.
Might be well.
I smelled Selfridges, but I can't remember what sample she gave me. So I did smell the whole range.
Right.
There's a couple that were kind of interesting. A couple were a bit generic. One of them reminded me of the Labo Santal 33.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm not sure what she gave me though.
Okay.
Oops,
I think that's Crazy Me. Because I might put my up here, but yeah.
Oh, that's the Mimosa one.
Oh, okay. Mimosa, is it?
Which reminds me of Caron's Farnashana.
Oh, right.
Also, it's like a heliotrope from Mimosa kind of thing. So
nice.
Vanilla,
I said floral.
Yeah, it's a floral, yellow floral, powdery yellow floral.
Feminine.
Yeah.
But citrusy, not mega feminine. Because at first I just said citrusy, musky, but then I thought floral, and then I said feminine.
Kind of interesting because it's not. It's a bit old-fashioned. It's
a bit jasmine-y.
It's not really the kind of thing that brands are releasing at the moment. So I give it a thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
It's all right.
It depends how it develops, really.
But are they quite expensive or?
I can't remember. No, they're not mega expensive.
Oh,
I can't remember the prices, but they're not too bad.
This is Strong Me.
Strong Me.
What are you wearing? Strong Me. What?
Yeah, so this one reminds me of something.
I don't think that's
something I've smelled before. It's cheap synthetic, amber woodsy.
Yeah.
Synthetic woods.
Gourmandish, sweet.
Yeah.
Toffee apple.
It's like clubbing fragrance.
Yeah.
Clubbing fragrance. It's the sort of thing I'd imagine Date for Men from Jeremy will smell like this.
I said it reminded me of 1 Million a bit, or the Ferragamo Uomo, the tiramisu fragrance.
I prefer the Ferragamo. It's got this really synthetic. I think it's called Amber Max. So here's something I've learned. Ambroxan is not the devil. I smell Ambroxan when I met with the perfumer for my perfume, and it's actually really nice. Musky, soft, lovely fragrance. The problem that comes in Sauvage, the thing that bothers most people in Sauvage is not Ambroxan.
Yes.
I've made this mistake. I always thought it was Ambroxan. It's not. It's Amber Max.
Oh, right.
And I think this has got some of that really fucking annoying.
But it doesn't smell
synthetic woodsy.
Yeah, okay.
It's really bad, actually. Really bad. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, I do agree that it doesn't smell like a high-end thing. It smells like a.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, I agree that it wasn't. I said that I didn't care for it very much. It's very sweet and sort of synthetic gourmand and a modern woody thing. Yeah. Okay, and you reckon that's the sort of thing that's also going on as well?
I think that's Amber Max. I could be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
But I think, it's kind of, it's important really to know that amber, what's it called?
Ambroxan is not the villain necessarily, because that's in loads of things that we all really love.
It's just a synthetic recreation of ambergris.
Yeah, it's no worse than many other things that have been used for decades.
It's really soft.
In fragrances that we already like.
It's
and
really
it's probably in
soft,
loads of
velvety, musky, woodsy note.
Oh, you've smelt it in isolation.
Yeah, it's not the harsh, fake, synthetic, salty woods note that you get from Sauvage.
Some people may object to in Sauvage.
Which I always thought. Every time I smelt a men's fragrance and I smelt that Sauvage-esque thing, I was the offender saying, ambroxan again.
Right.
But I always assumed that the ambroxan, because Sauvage lists ambroxan as a note, I always assumed when I smelt that Sauvage thing that it was ambroxan.
Yeah.
Actually, ambroxan is not that heavy. It's actually very soft and very lovely. And I think Dior have done a disservice by listing ambroxan as a note.
Oh, okay.
Ambroxan is not heavy enough even to be a note.
Right.
It shouldn't be listed as a note.
Oh, okay.
It's like a musk or a
right.
icy super.
It's a supporting player that you may not be really conscious of in the smell. Okay, right.
It's not a main player in a fragrance. It's never going to be. It's not that heavy.
Right.
So it shouldn't really be listed as a note.
That makes sense. I do get that. Yeah.
By listing it as a note, Dior have turned so many people off.
Have been a bit prejudiced against ambergris.
Oh shit, that must be the ambroxan.
Yeah.
Because it's quite a harsh name. If you think ambroxan, it's almost like
it sort of sounds
very harsh. It was like German,
chemical-ish, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's got that harsh.
Yeah, ambroxan doesn't sound, but it smells bad. Yeah. Well, it sounds bad.
Actually, it should be called ambrosia or something because it's very smooth. And
I'm pretty sure ambroxan is in my fragrance that we've made with because my Gravitas has ambergris as a note, but I'm sure that ambroxan is being used as the ambergris. I don't know quite what, but I'm certainly not claiming that it has real ambergris. So so it will have it in it. Yeah. And
but
that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with it, and I was always very much like, oh god, ambroxan. But actually, I've learned something. Learned something. I've learned loads, even if the fragrance never happens. It's been a massive learning.
Yeah, well, you learn. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. You even if things don't go perfectly to plan, you do learn.
Yeah.
But don't give up on your fragrance at this point, just because one note's been changed. I realise that does rather screw the whole. At least temporarily, that screws your whole plan up, doesn't it? Which is upsetting.
It really changes things. It may well be. I did ask. I asked my lovely perfumer. I did ask her if we could just try one thing, and see how it goes. So. We are going to try one little thing, and see how that works.
Okay. Well, no, but your other problem is that she's moving away.
Yeah, there's this deadline, so we need to check how that is, and we don't really have long enough for it to properly macerate to see how everything marries together, because things really change once they've had time to marinate. Macerate.
Yeah.
So did you know there's maturation and maceration, two different things? So I learnt this as well. So maturation. So first you maturate. So your before you put the alcohol in, your compound, so just your fragrance materials, will mature, and that will be maybe 2 weeks or longer. And so they just get time to all mature together, but it's not exactly maceration. When you put the alcohol in, then you go for maceration. So that means
so before you put the alcohol in, you
mature.
Just the pure oil congeals together, and that's your maturation.
That's maturation and maturation. And then when you put the alcohol in, then you need to leave it to macerate, and that means that
I did that this morning. Carry on. Sorry.
Okay. Well, on this bed. So. The maceration would depend upon the materials in the fragrance. If there's more naturals, it needs longer. Don't be rude. So maceration usually would be a good few weeks.
Yeah.
So you're going to definitely get RSI.
Sorry, yeah, carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, so all fragrances should macerate because they will change. So if we were to create a perfume and then send it straight out to customers, what they smell when they first get it will become...
You smell as good as here.
Oh, Eugene,
just
hello.
As we talked about maceration.
We're just talking about maceration, Eugene.
You joined at a great time. We're both quite drunk, yeah.
Well, how does Dan look so great whilst eating pizza?
Didn't think I did look that great, but thank you. So, just as we were discussing, maturation. Maceration.
Maturation versus maceration. Both are required for perfumes. Maturation is when it's a compound before the alcohol is added.
Yep.
It has time to all, I guess, all the ingredients meet each other, say hello, start to form allegiances, and then you add the alcohol, and that obviously is adding a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
and then
of
you
course,
need the fragrance to interact with the alcohol
in a way that it becomes what it should be.
All melds together and becomes more smooth, more blended. And if you were to avoid those stages, then the bottle of perfume that you buy will change very quickly from the first spray to later on.
Absolutely, yeah. But which doesn't necessarily mean that the bottle that you would get that has not macerated would be terrible, but it would change.
Yeah, you're just going to get, it will be quite different.
It give so a slightly different view,
You haven't given it that time to do that, then it will be quite different.
Yeah.
Like it's similar but different.
Yeah.
Not as smooth.
Which I read a lot about. And of course you would imagine that the big, the designer fragrance or the big niche ones have all gone through that process. But perhaps occasionally when we get them from the smaller houses, we're sending them out really quick and that.
Yeah, they might not
be quite ready for a few weeks or whatever.
It depends on the house, and some houses are very
meticulous.
Yeah.
They
so
won't let them out
for
till
example,
they've got it.
Liz Moore's with Papillon, she had loads of fragrance available so she'd run out of Angelique, and she had it, but it was macerating, so she wasn't prepared to send it out until it had its maceration time. So, but someone else maybe can choose to send it out earlier.
Yes. So interesting subject that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yes.
Yeah, and do you know about stability testing?
No.
So stability testing is a requisite thing
Right.
that you have to let it sit for a certain period of time to make sure that you don't. So some of the ingredients will start to form back together.
Oh,
you might get like lumps and bumps, and you have to check that, that the scent and the way it looks, everything is still good. Once it's been sat, you can speed it up by putting it in an incubator. So you have to put it in the bottle that it's going to be sold in.
Right.
So for example,
that's a legal sort of requirement.
Yeah. Okay. It has to be stability tested.
Right.
And so it has to go in the bottle it's going to be sold in and sit, whether it be there like a full length of time, or you can put it in an incubator to shorten the time.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right.
It's still going to take several weeks.
Right.
And it has to sit, and you have to make sure it's stable and it's okay to be sold.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's loads of things involved.
God.
And then don't even go into that whole IFRA thing and
Christ,
all of that. So
there's
and I've learnt massive amounts, and I'm not saying I've learnt it in depth. Just I've only learnt the very basics.
But you picked this up through collaborating with your collaborator on the perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's been really interesting, really interesting. So I've loved the process, even if it doesn't come to fruition this time. I'm really hoping that at some point, if it doesn't, it does. Even if it's a year or two down the line. Yeah. Because I feel
I hope it will come. I certainly don't think you should give up on it coming to fruition this time. But I see what you mean. Yeah, and if worst case, we put these things down to experience, and you have gained valuable experience that way.
I've gained so much from it. I've really loved it.
Yeah. Which is, it's good that you've got the positive attitude, but I don't give up on that one, please. Yeah. So Eugene may still be watching. What do you think, Eugene, of Mouchoir de Michour from Guerlain? I know you're a Guerlainophile, and that's a real old classic, isn't it? I think, was it 1904? An Oriental fragrance, sometimes regarded as the male equivalent to Jiki, actually.
Oh, okay.
So have you've probably tried this from
Yeah, I think Woffs makes.
Yeah, they were very keen on that. I'm not sure if I've ever brought mine off.
I get that. I do get the jicky vibe.
Sort of a bit funky, yeah.
Without it being too animalic.
Yeah.
Doesn't go as diapery as jicky.
Eugene, you smells good. Eugene says that Mouchoir de Mouchoir is fantastic. Very similar to jicky. So,
Ah, interesting.
We agree.
So we were saying earlier, Eugene, Dan tried jicky in a shop a good couple of years ago now. But I remember it very clearly because it really went proper like poopy diaper on his skin.
I can't remember.
Because you smelt it and you were like, oh, I love this.
At first, like, it does have a lovely sort of beautiful, classy, lavender. Well, I think it's citrus lavender and these kind of oriental notes, but it does have a very funky undertone. Yes. And I think I sprayed a bit much, and there was definitely, and it's not.
Eugene says the opening of jicky smells like halitosis.
There you go. So.
That makes sense.
You wouldn't think that was a good thing.
We definitely got we got baby nappy, didn't we? Yeah. Both of us. And I think the different concentrations, because you tried 2 different concentrations. Yeah. I think the lighter one was better.
And I think I may have tried the eau de parfum in heavy dose, 3 or 4 sprays on the same spot. But definitely a bit challenging in places, that one. But I mean, it's still regarded as an absolute classic, isn't it? But I think Mouchoir de Mouchoir more to my taste. But again, it does have that.
It does have that, something of that, but it's castrated a little bit.
Probably thankfully, but it just goes to show. I mean, with all their incredible line of fragrances and the more exclusive stuff, some of these sort of middle of the road priced ones are really worth thinking about. Eau de Guerlain, I'm a huge fan of. Have that one, and recently picked up Parfum de Cologne de Parfumer, which was the Terry Vassar attempt to recreate a new kind of freshie to rival Cologne Imperial or something like that, which is really beautiful, and they're very, very reasonably priced, and you get a lovely designed bottle.
Yeah, the bottle's lovely.
Even without necessarily buying one of the high-end niche ones. So yeah, big. We're both kind of into the Guerlain thing now, aren't we?
Yeah. Love a bit of Guerlain. Basil Tiffany says, ever tried the smell of Weather Turning by Lush? I'm not sure I have.
Could be, is that kind of a petrichor smell?
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Was Trump on holiday with you, Claire? Have you seen his tan?
This is all natural, and this is all natural as well. Just saying.
But Trump does also enjoy a bit of a tan, doesn't he? But he always seems to have sort of white bits around his eyes, like he's worn goggles in the sunbed parlour or something. Do you notice that?
Yeah, I do. And I noticed the wig. So
you'd think at his level they'd be able to like do a better job than that, wouldn't
he doesn't let anyone have any input.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's the makeup on Trump, someone says. He wears makeup. But yeah, I mean, I'm not getting, not sort of knocking him overall necessarily, but you'd think they could make him look a bit more slickly presented than that in a way, wouldn't you?
No, he's horrible though, isn't he? Like, what are you going to do? Polish a turd? Anyway, we don't talk about people. Even Monsieur Trump.
No. Good luck to him. Okay.
Jasmine says, if that's a wig, refund.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's just, I don't know what goes on there. It's very strange. Very interesting, but I'm just catching up with you.
Eugene says, I wonder what Trump smells like. He couldn't possibly wear gourmands. What do you reckon?
There is a Trump perfume, isn't there? The smell of success or something.
He has released, but that was when he was just
when he was a businessman. Yeah, I mean, he's been going for a long time, hasn't he? I mean, it's way back in the late 60s or 70s that he emerged. I mean, he's been. It's a remarkable story, really. How he's emerged from
cuntum into massive cuntum.
No, you can't say that. But he has certainly had a remarkable trajectory from being a very big businessman, which obviously, I mean, which is a powerful position in and of itself. But to think that he would become prime minister, the president is remarkable. So yeah, original polo, says Eugene. Yeah. Well, that was kind of the smell of success in America back in the late 70s. Yeah. So they an alpha male kind of scent. So it could be yeah. I wonder if he would wear that. Yeah. I don't think he'd be too worried to mess around with any Ponzi
Scott
scents.
says Trump, not a great name for fragrance. It's more of like a schoolboy joke accessory.
He inherited his wealth and would be richer if he just lived off the interest, says Richard. Well, I wouldn't comment. I don't think I think his dad did have a few quid. So yeah. I think he was given £1 million or
Trump
something.
Senior.
Yeah. So he's not like like he worked his way up from nowhere exactly, but
that explains.
We are not political here.
The attitude.
So, how are we doing? What do you fragrances?
Do you have anything more to smell? Are you done, Dan? I feel like you're burning out a little bit.
Do you feel burned out, or
I'm not? I'm okay, but I think we have been going for about a million years.
Maybe we're kind of reaching the natural conclusion.
Yes, I think you're probably right. Do you want to smell anything else before we go? So we've, I think we've done like a fair few. We've done Proxima. That was the main one we wanted to do. There was nothing you needed to do.
No.
I think
nothing urgent.
We're probably gonna.
Yeah, I think we'll quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have too much of a good thing, you know.
Exactly. Who knows? It could go terribly wrong. So.
Okay. So
yes,
Rich,
Eugene, pick up the slack and do a stream. Says Rich. We'll join that if you do.
We'll join your stream, Eugene, if you do.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone, Eugene, Rich, Mitch, and others too numerous to mention.
Christine,
Centurion,
Jasmine, Centaurian.
It meant a lot to us that you joined us. First one in my new place, so thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you everyone. I wouldn't have listed everyone because I can't remember. But yes, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
And at least it saves you having to run over to the garage.
Yeah. Well, I will if you still want another drink in a minute.
I'm alright.
Maybe
I might have one more slice of. I might warm up a slice of pizza.
Good plan. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And thanks, Dan. Thanks for joining me on my channel.
Thanks for letting me be on your channel. It's a real honour, and thanks for coming over to the new flat.
Yeah.
It's been good
to have some company. To sit on the airy bed.
Yep. Definitely.
We will see you all very, very soon.
In the next video on Claire's channel, on my channel, next live stream, next frag chat.
Next
and hopefully we'll do, and hope we do another live stream together soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like we could do it.
It's fun.
It's good fun.
Love it. Do you enjoy it?
Definitely. It's a different experience.
It's completely different, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, guys.
Thank you. See you all soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.